Well, people, are we here? I think we're here.
We are here.
I think so.
Wow, you're so exciting and so. Hi, everybody. Happy
Hey, everybody.
Friday. That's
It is Friday, but it's Friday the 13th.
You're so fake. You're so fake.
What do we got today? We got my favorite. It is Mr. Jack. Actually, you know what? I had a really cool Jack mug, all right? Just an awesome Jack mug. I had it for years, and then just all of a sudden, out of the blue, it was just missing. I didn't know what happened to it.
Why are you looking at me?
What happened to my Jack mug?
I don't know. You should put your things away where they go properly, and then they won't bust.
Oh, it broke.
I bought it, though.
She bought it and she broke it. It was my favorite mug.
Hi, people. How are everybody doing? How are everybody doing?
How are everyone doing?
Yes.
It is Friday night. Thank you so much for being here. It's awesome having you guys here. There's been so much going on for the last week or so. And now Fabiola's back. She was gone for about 3 weeks, and you had to deal with my mug, and that was it. So, yeah.
The mug.
The
that
mug.
Or this mug?
This mug. The hairy mug. I didn't even shave.
Wow, that's
I'm
really
sorry.
nice.
You know, this is what it is. So, Fabiola's back, thankfully.
Hi, everybody. I'm back.
She was out of the country.
I know you guys missed me. He can be a little bit dull.
Boring. Geeky.
A little bit.
Yeah. So she was in Israel for some time, and she literally, all joking aside, just got out of Israel maybe, what would you say? Maybe 24 hours or less?
8 hours.
Before the war started.
Yeah.
And all airlines shut down besides El Al. And that's the only airline that was getting out of Israel. And it's still the only airline that is getting in and out of Israel. And if you don't know why, all other airlines basically have no countermeasures on board, whereas El Al they're flown by military, number one. But number two, the underbelly, the whole carriage, the underbelly of El Al flights, they actually have countermeasures built in. They have this radar system, they have flak, as well as flares and all kinds of other crazy ass shit, so they don't get blown out of the air with Stinger missiles.
Why are you looking at me?
Anyways, I'm glad you're back.
Thanks.
You're home safely.
Yes, I am, thankfully. Very thankfully to be back home safe.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. But anyways, guys, so there's a lot of stuff that's been going on for the last week. You see, I was putting out a lot of content. People are like, oh my God, it's just thing after thing after day. There's just so much that's been going on over there with Elon. And then, of course, the whole war shit going on. It's just been horrible. It's been horrible, but it's just been a lot. So I've been giving you guys a lot of, let's say, coverage. I think I did I've been doing videos every single day. I know you were not here, I know, but I've been doing video after video after video. So anything that you want to talk about tonight, doesn't matter what it is. It could have to do with Friday the 13th, and you just absolutely love it. I do have my shirt on.
It's a Friday free-for-all.
It is a Friday free-for-all.
And just so everyone knows, it's been a week for me.
Yeah.
Literally a week ago today. So this is whiskey, straight up.
You just said whiskey, now we're demonetized?
Whatever.
That is not, this is lemonade punch this is apple juice that she just got out of the refrigerator. It's peanut butter. It's peanut butter apple juice. What the hell is wrong with you?
What? You can't say that word?
Who the hell knows what you can say anymore on this shit?
Well, I mean, I'm not the pro at this whole situation.
Neither am I. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing.
Okay, well, that's your problem. So I'm having peanut butter apple juice, people.
And I'm having...
Who has that?
Coke.
It's a Coke and a smile.
Guys, thank you for being here. Any questions that you have, put in at JCristina.
No, my bathroom's not finished.
Don't ask about the damn bathroom.
It's not finished, and we had issues with the other bathroom, so that's a whole other segment.
You did have issues with the other bathroom.
I'm so moving out, you guys, you don't even know.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a time. It's been a time. But that's all right. We're going to get through it. The holidays are coming, so we need to kind of pick up pace. And I kind of screwed up, but that's all right. That's all right.
You?
Yeah. I did.
Wow.
I admit it. anyways, like I said, if you have any questions,
Don't wrinkle your forehead at me.
put a Q before your question in the chat window there, or put at JCristina, and then it'll make it easier for us to find it. I'm going to hand it over to Fabiola, and this way we can say hello to everyone.
On the laptop.
You are.
If I can I'm going to
There
take
you
your
are.
finger.
I'm going to take my finger.
Yes.
My God. So yeah, she's going to go and kind of go through a lot of the questions and stuff, so this way I can answer them, hopefully, as expeditiously as possible.
And stop talking
I
so
will
much.
be getting kicked under the table if I go long.
I'm going to say hi to people.
Yes, you do.
Hi, Ricky Joe from Palatka, Florida.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey, Peter. We're here. We're doing good. It is a spooky night. It's Friday the 13th. I mean, you know. Good evening from New Mexico, Fragile. Dominic, happy Scary Friday, y'all, from PA. Real Nikon lover. Hey, guys. Simi Valley, California. Richard, good evening. John Wolf, good evening from Texas, and happy Friday the 13th. Yes, here we go, everybody. William, Mr. Akpik, Sika, Flying Pretzel, good evening in Texas. We see you.
The Flying Pretzel.
Oscar, hello from Russian Mission, Alaska. Wow.
Alaska, how are you doing?
Thank you, everybody. I'm glad to be home. I'm glad to be back safe. And, yeah. Let's see who else. Rusty Chambers. Crazy that all of us on Friday night are on YouTube.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's right.
Real Nikon. The set quality has improved with her return. Thank you very much.
For sure.
Yes, please, everybody, hit the like button. Oh, Peter, you're eating dinner. That's good.
That's a late dinner, Peter.
Beba Smith. Yay, Fabiola. Yay.
Beba Smith.
Welcome home and blessings to you, Fabiola. You're here. I answered that. Bathroom's not done.
Yes.
Okay, first question, Ricky Joe. I just got my phone upgraded and I have the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G through Cricket Wireless. I did a speed test, got 126 megabytes down and 45 megabytes up. Speed, how is 5G like 20 times faster than 4G LTE?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. See, the problem with this is, Ricky Joe, is 5G in the U.S. is bullshit. And it's always been bullshit. And if you ask anyone, matter of fact, if you are in the chat right now and you have 5G and you're in Europe, tell us what speeds you get, all right? Let us know where you're located and what 5G speeds you get. Over here in the U.S., you get 5G speeds and it's like 100 meg, 200 meg, some kind of crap, right? It's not really 5G. Like AT&T will call it like 5GE, whatever the hell that is, extended, or come up with some kind of BS. The bottom line is in Europe, some people are getting 5G that's literally gigabit, 1,000 megs down, 1,000 megabits down.
I was getting
Crazy.
straight up LTE with no numbers in Israel.
Yeah, in Israel, that's all you get, right? It's 3G and 4G, right?
I don't know, it just fluctuates. It just depends.
Yeah, but it actually works, though.
It was working.
Right?
Yeah.
But honestly, when it comes to the 5G, the U.S. just doesn't have 5G. It's just a bunch of horseshit. They say that it is 5G, and it really isn't. It's just a name is basically what it is. Anyways.
Dominic said, Jay, blink twice if it's getting deep. LOL. Bajarn, hey from Greenland. Nice to see you together again on stream. Doing 290 down, 42 up, 50 lat right now.
Look at that. Sweet. Nice
Eric
speed.
McMahon, quick update on Starship.
Yeah, Starship, I've been trying to keep up with it. They've been going back and forth. They assemble it, they disassemble it. The FAA are just, assholes. And, I did that video on the FAA and how Elon just slapped the FAA because they were saying just like stupid stuff. They were coming up with like things that just didn't make any sense. Like by 2030, one person will die from falling debris. It's like, shut up. I mean, what kind of stupid shit is that? So the FAA has been doing everything in their power to stymie anything that goes on with Elon Musk because they don't like the guy. All right, that's just the way it is. Now, he does some stuff that, I don't really agree with everything, but, the majority of what he does, I'm happy with. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. That being said, the FAA doesn't give him the benefit of the doubt of nothing. So the bottom line here with the Starship is we're waiting on FAA, we're waiting on the Fish and Wildlife people to certify that this launch is not going to affect any animals or vegetation or any other shit. I mean, this is how it is. You have Fish and Wildlife, you have FAA, you have the FCC, you have all these three-letter just people that just love, like I said in my video, two things, power and money. How are they going to get more power and how are they going to get more money? The FAA is crying because they technically cannot do anything to Elon Musk when he's up in air. So what's going on with the satellites, they can't do shit about. And they don't like that because I think they have authorization up to like 60,000 feet. Anything above that, they don't. So they're kind of screwed. Whereas on the floor, they can just give him grief. So, this is what's kind of going on. So I do think that we're going to see a launch probably before the end of this month. That's what I'm going to guess. Will it happen? I don't know. Once again, it's all this regulatory nonsense. So fingers crossed. Let's hope that it happens.
All right, real Nikon lover trivia. I was a set medic on a Friday the 13th movie set. Scary as hell, even filming. Isn't that true? When you're surrounded about, like, even though it's not but real. Like, obviously we're artists, so we make things the way they are. Sometimes you're like, what the hell? But yeah.
That is awesome.
Mark J. Hey, Fabiola, it's your favorite director. Mark, I miss you, man.
Mark J?
Yes, Mark.
Mark, of course.
I love that you're watching us. You got to give us your input.
Yeah.
Mark Richardson. Hey, guys. Eric has a question. At this point, do you see Elon starting his own cell phone company?
So Elon Musk.
I wish he would.
I wish he friggin' would.
Man.
I would just dump Apple. I'll crush it. Matter of fact, we'll do a video and I'll run that shit over, right? Just because. Okay, so, and I am an Apple guy. I mean, I started out with Apple II Plus.
Yeah, I'm just over everything.
I'm just kind of
nothing works and you're paying, I don't know about you guys, but I work hard. I work a lot. We work a lot. And I am so sick and tired of all this BS prices for shit. Okay? Shat that does not work. Yeah, I'm so over it. And it's a bunch of shit too. It's just straight up lies.
These phones, I mean, what happens is like, they get caught out all the time doing stuff that they do. I mean, I remember the whole battery gate thing that went on where it's like, oh yeah, if your battery is a certain age, we'll just slow down your processor.
Oh no, we weren't doing that. We were doing it for your benefit.
Because we want to make sure that you have the best experience with our phone possible, which is just a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, so will they be coming out? I want to see a Pi phone or a Tesla phone or an Elon phone or some kind of damn Starship phone.
It's going to open, it's going to say, people suck.
Yeah. I want to, you know what? I would like to see a phone that looks like the rocket. That'd be cool, like a Starship rocket. No. So if they would actually, if he would put out a phone, now listen to this, all kidding aside, if Elon put together a phone, all right, and now we're seeing that, I just did a video that talked about direct calling. You can actually pick up your phone as of December. They've already done tests on this. Pick up the phone and actually make a call where there's no signal at all, directly satellite to satellite. Obviously, you need to be outdoors for it to work, but they have what is called E-Node Bs, basically on those satellites, which is let's call it a network gateway type of thing that interfaces LTE signal. I'm not going to get too detailed into it. The bottom line is you can talk. That's true. You just do the flip.
Yeah.
But you will be able to do that. So I think that if Elon really wanted to and came up with a phone and then somehow made it so that he was, let's say right now he's in bed with T-Mobile, right? Deutsche Telekom. So if he was able to do this properly, all the rest of these carriers, they're just going to crap themselves because there will be coverage everywhere and anywhere. It doesn't matter if there's a cell tower or not, you're still going to be able to get signal because you'll still be able to make a call. They're starting out in 2024 with text. So you'll be able to text through a satellite, literally a satellite uplink from your phone. No modifications to the phone either. It's not like you need a different processor, you need the latest and greatest Apple or the latest and greatest Android. No, with your current phone, as long as it allows for 5G, you got it. Okay, so that's pretty damn cool. So we'll see what ends up happening. I personally would purchase a Elon phone immediately. We'll buy 3 of them. We'll just get them for everyone in the family. And that's it. And just take the apples and just chuck them. That's it. And call it a day. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. I would love to see it, but he's got a lot on his plate. He's still trying to get to Mars, damn it, you know?
I mean, yeah, okay, that's true. Steve Carpenter, good afternoon from Dana Point, California. Hello from Cameroon, Durain.
Cameroon. Awesome.
Hey, JC, Tool Wrangler from Tool Wrangler. Wrangler.
Yes.
Martin, thank you for this channel. I am a new subscriber. We love having you.
Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Hey, listen, if you are new here, in the chat window, just say your name or put a little emoji or say hello or something so we can recognize you.
Listen, it's a Friday free for all.
Do it.
So, you know, let's talk about everything.
Put a poop emoji.
I mean, I love poop emojis. I use them all the time. Don't discriminate.
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
What was I going to say? Man, you made me forget what I was going to say.
It's all right.
You're just... Okay. Wait, Glenn said world's best whiskey. Oh, look, I said it. I'm reading it. I am reading it.
You're reading it. This is not
Crown
whiskey.
Royal, made in Gimli, Manitoba, Canada. Must try. I mean, this specific...
I'm a Kraken kind of guy.
Yes, but... Okay.
I like
this
rum.
specific is peanut butter. Okay?
Yeah, it is.
Put it in the fridge. You don't need anything else. And I am not an apple juice person, so for me to have this says a lot.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it literally tastes like peanut butter.
You could put 1 ice cube in it. That is it. It is fun times. Just sharing that.
It's fun
and
times.
After this week, ooh, I needed a fun time.
You got it.
So, Pepper G, I've got you. I spent 8 months on the bathroom remodel, so I know the pain. I'm IT, so no experience in construction. Great work you do. Renee Hale was oversubscribed in just about the whole state a few weeks ago. Now it's available everywhere in the U.S. Just checked speed, 118 down, 12 up. Wow.
That is really good. So if you didn't know and you're here and you don't have Starlink and you want it as of about last week sometime,
it says we were buffering on and off, but
really?
Obviously that was a little while ago.
You know what? All right. Let me do this.
Where's your Speedify? Look at me go. I'm a bro.
I'm going to start Speedify. So it's probably going to like do a little ditch for a second, but really kind of crappy weather down here in South Florida. So
hence the curly frizzy hair.
I know, hence
like,
the sweating and
like
it's just
if you see my hair like
crazy.
this, it's like hurricane weather. Like the humidity is at 1,000%. It's just gross. It's not even close to feeling like fall here.
Anyway, so instead of just using Starlink, now I'm using T-Mobile and Starlink, and we're bonding the 2 connections together. We're at a packet level bonding. If you don't know what that is, instead of session level, it's packet level. So this way we're mirroring the data going out currently. So what that is as of now, we should not buffer anymore. There should be enough data going through either T-Mobile or through Starlink to be able to keep the connection up. So sorry about that. I did not turn on Speedify. If you guys were maybe looking for Speedify, go check it out over on my website, JCristina.com/speed. There's like a discount when you go over to that link, JCristina.com/speed. Really, really cool stuff. Being able to do bonding, packet level bonding right from a software in comparison to hardware using a router or some type of switch is pretty cool. And it actually works, which is really nuts. Anyways.
John would like to know, are you going to use your t-shirt tonight?
I am not. You know, God, guys, people...
You know you're going to get people going, that's
oh
horrible,
my God.
that's
People just gave me... You know,
They're
I wore
so
this...
stupid.
So in today's video, I wore this shirt, right? So I'm like... I got like people DMing me and then people like in the comments, that's demonic. You shouldn't wear that. And it's like, well, I mean, I get it. You know, a Ouija board can be, let's say, used improperly, right? But it's not the cardboard or the writing.
Do you believe in those things?
It's not the cardboard or the writing or the plastic planchette. It is not. It is the user, right?
The individual.
It's the individual focusing on a specific, whatever it is, almost like a talisman, to be able to, let's say, get into areas of their subconscious that normally are not accessible. That doesn't mean that you have to use it like that, right? It's a kid's game made by, what is it, Parker Brothers or something, way back in the day? Anyways, so I don't use this. I don't condone anyone, but it's Halloween, all right? Give me a break. People like lost it.
People need to get
They just
over
need to,
themselves.
they need to just drink some of this,
You know what?
this apple juice you got there.
I've had a week. Don't get me started.
All right.
So, John, StarTech phone? Yes. Dominic, yes, I am with the stuff as well. Ricky, oops, hold on. I went to my brother and sis-in-law wedding this past weekend. I took video at the reception, went to upload it, and it even said I don't own rights to the music, but I still got flagged for the copyright. How?
So, most likely, if you upload video that has music, like background music, it'll find it and it'll flag it. I mean, right now I'm dealing with something, and I'll just tell you guys, this is Friday, and we're just talking, just here, right? Just us.
It's a Friday free for all.
It's a Friday free for all. So for the last 3 videos, or actually prior to October, like September, like the end of September, so far 3 videos have been flagged, stating that I need to share revenue with an artist. And you notice that my intro music changed for all of my songs, all of my videos. And the reason being is I'm getting flagged as it being like, I don't own the rights to it, yada, yada, yada. Anyways, I pay for this music every month. Well, what happened was the artist got off of that specific company that I pay for, off of their deal, their brand deal or whatever, and went with another one. They signed with a different whoever. Anyways, in so doing, now they don't own the rights, the people that I pay for, someone else does. So now all of a sudden I'm getting flagged.
So you didn't get like a notification or anything?
No, not at all. So I've been going back and forth, and the gist of it is I told them, listen, I don't mind, you owning the rights after that period of time, and if I used it after that time, those videos, I have to take out the 15-second bit. But anything before that, I don't want to hear shit, because I paid, and supposedly all audio from this company was owned in perpetuity. In other words, if I use it, I have it forever because I'm paying them for it. So anyways, you just have to be careful because YouTube is listening to everything. It transcribes everything. Everything that we say is transcribed. And then it is parsed and reparsed and data-based and compared and contrast to all kinds of crap. And that's why a lot of these channels get demonetized. A lot of channels are getting flagged. A lot of stuff is going on because this is going on in the back end. And it's all AI. Like AI is that like thing that everyone talks about, artificial intelligence,
so
AI.
Sick of it.
That shit's been going on forever. Google has had it forever. YouTube has been using it for 5, 6, 7 years. Half the stuff that you see that goes on in YouTube is all automation. That's all AI. That's doing all of these long, lengthy, just nasty algorithms that sit and process and parse through shit and then determine if you are a good guy or a bad guy and should we shadow ban you or demonetize you or flag you or censor you or do whatever. That's just the way it is. Yeah. And then certain words you just cannot say. And you guys know that. Remember during the whole pandemic stuff, if you said anything, we had to call it the V. You can't say anything. As soon as you said something, all of a sudden it's like flagged. This is where we live now. It's like all of a sudden now we cannot have just free discourse, right? It doesn't matter.
Freedom of speaking?
Freedom of speaking.
Oh.
You cannot have, and it's like, I personally like that. I would rather have someone disagree with me and then give me a reason, a rational reason why I'm wrong so that I can learn something. I'm not right all the time. And that's why I always tell you guys, I'm not like an expert here. If there's something I'm wrong with, in the chat, let me know what it is. And then I will make a correction if possible in a follow-up video or something. So anyways, yeah, I understand you. I feel you. And yes, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
When AI can clean the floor, do the dishes in the bathroom, then I'll be impressed. In the meantime, whatever. Moving along to the next question.
I want to see AI do that. All right.
Ricky, My phone came with a USB Type-C on both sides of the cable. I actually had to purchase a new cube in order to charge my phone. How do they consider it fast charger? I don't get it. Yeah, it's a ripoff. That's why.
It's the dongleification of everything is what I call it. Apple started doing this shit. They dongled everything. Everything's a dongle. So instead of having it inside the computer, right, they pull everything out of the computer and now it's like a dongle. Look at this thing. So look at this. Fab's using my Pro here, right? Now look at this. What do you have on this thing? On this side, you have a little mic jack, and on this side, what do you have? Two of those C's, and that's it. There's nothing else. A little hole, a tiny hole. That's what you got. That's the whole shit.
For how much money? For like $2,000?
You used to, for $2,000. You used to have like, all kinds of stuff. There was like, you can slip in like SD cards. There was like all kinds of stuff. There was a lot that you can do. Now there's nothing.
There's nothing.
Buy a dongle. That's all.
Just the word itself
Buy
is ridiculous.
Buy a dongle, an adapter. But you know what? That is exactly what...
Can I use that word to call people dongles?
Yeah, call them dongles. That's exactly what SpaceX Starlink did, right? They have version 1, if you guys didn't know it. Version 1, the generation 1, had an Ethernet adapter on the back. You can plug in a Cat 5 cable, Cat 6, 7, 8, right? Plug it into a back. Perfect. You also had a reset button on the bottom, which was kind of cool, right? Well,
that's just too many options.
That's way too much. So they did away with that. So there's no Ethernet on the version 2s. There's none. How do you get an Ethernet cable on the version 2? Buy a dongle.
Yay. Another thing to buy.
Buy a dongle. $25.
Another BS thing to buy.
So I don't know.
Because you didn't spend enough money already.
And now there's generation 3s out there. And a lot of people have been asking me, can I buy a generation 3 if I have a generation 2? And the answer is no, you can't. Because a generation 3 is only an update to the generation 1. And the reason being is because it uses no dongles.
Generation that.
No dongles.
Dongles, like...
It uses PoE, or Power over Ethernet, which the generation 2 doesn't. It has it built in. So.
Too much.
Too geeky.
Okay.
Scott, this is for you.
Scott said, new subscriber in West Central Texas.
Hey,
and I got
Scott.
my system installed 5 days ago. Damn, very impressed. Your videos have been a lifesaver and valuable ground truth. Nice.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Robert, the quicker Elon starts his own cell company, the better as far as I'm concerned. Absolutely. Tool Wrangler. Is that a Ouija board tea? Yes, we discussed that. Hopefully Mama is going to do some voodoo on you later. Well, it's Friday the 13th.
Anything's possible.
Kamikaze. I also had to buy a new charger for all of my new USB-C devices, but I'm digging the much faster charging speeds.
Yeah, higher amps.
John, my Starlink has been getting over 100 downloads during the day and over 14 upload.
I've been hearing a lot of people saying that their Starlink is going faster now than it used to. Remember, for a while there, so we started out with version 1, Starlink satellites, then they went to the version 1.5s. The 1.5s are the ones that have the built-in inter-satellite lasers, right? The communication lasers. Well, now they went to the version 2.0 minis, the smaller versions of the 2.0s, which is supposed to launch when Starship doesn't blow up the next time it goes up there. Hopefully it doesn't blow up, right? So that's the whole idea. But what was really interesting, I did a video about this. I think it was
camera. You're cutting your head off.
Oh, is it?
I mean, doesn't it look like
it looks like my head. Anyways, so the version 2s, the full version 2s, I thought were going to be coming out as soon as the Starship launched. But it was really interesting because Elon, there was like a interview with him, and he did not say. He basically said that the version 3s were coming out in 2024. He said nothing about the version 2s. So it was almost like the version 2s were canceled. And at this time, at this meeting, it was an award or something. What did he win? He won the World Space Award. Well, who else would win that, right?
Me.
Bezos or something? No.
Oh my God.
It's not gonna. That will definitely not happen. Let me see. And so, anyways, at that meeting or at that conference, they also found out that he is going to have an unmanned version of this spacecraft or of the Starship landing on Mars within 3 to 4 years. That's pretty soon. Also, what he said was that they were going to be able to communicate between Mars and Earth through lasers from Starlink satellites. So what that means is there's going to be Starlink satellites going around Mars too in the not so distant future, which is amazing. They also said that we are going to have like a Boca Chica where they launch those starships here in Cape Canaveral. They're going to build out another one of these bases. So they'll be able to launch them basically from Texas and from Florida at the same time. And which is really cool, when they really start ramping up these launches, he said that he wants to put a water-based launch pad out in the middle of the ocean. So there'll be literally a place where they will be launching these starships from the middle of the ocean, which is crazy to me. Like, how are they going to do that? But that's kind of the thing that he is working on. So one other thing that he said during this thing was that the fairing at the top of the Falcon 9 rocket can be expanded. Now, I never knew that. What that means is right now it only holds 22 satellites. Supposedly, they can actually expand it and make that fairing bigger and hold more. So I think that if for some reason Starship just takes, let's say it goes sideways, it nosedives, blows up again or whatever, I think what will happen is they will make an expanded fairing and start launching more than 22 satellites going forward in these things. That's what I'm going to guess. Quote me on it. Why not? Right? I've been right a lot lately. I don't even know why. It's like accidental.
I don't know. I haven't been here, so. Listen, you don't even know what I do from day to day. So.
That's true. All right. All right.
Okay.
That's fine.
Where did I leave off? Philip Michaud. Hi, this is Phil from Cape Elizabeth, Maine. Love your channel.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Bob, big time love my Starlink.
Awesome.
Mr. Akpik, question, I noticed they don't sell the high performance for residential for my area. Only for business now, located in Barter Island.
They don't sell it anymore like that. Yes, you are 100% correct. Let me go in here, guys. While that's a really good point. Let me see if I can bring this up here.
While you do that, Jason or Freddie? Eric wants to know.
I don't know. They're both freaking awesome.
I'm gonna go with Jason.
I guess it depends on the mask. Which one do you like better?
I think because like Jason's old school. Like,
Jason's pretty damn nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
Freddie's
so.
like,
All right, I
mean,
that.
that's me. I'm not telling you to go after Jason. That's me.
I like Jason. He's cool. He's definitely cool. All right, so check this out on the screen. Is it popped up? It is popped up. So you see here it says high-speed internet, blah, 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 blah. If we go over here and pull this down, now if we go, so this is residential, right? This is the residential we can go to. But if we change this over to business class, this is what has changed. And people weren't aware of this. And this is how I found out that there are now direct to sell calls. So if we go down here into business and then come down to direct to sell, this is where you can see now, well, I shouldn't say now, but by the end of this year, we will be able to do texting and possibly even calls by the beginning of 2025 with our phone with nothing else. An unmodified 5G phone, doesn't matter if it's Samsung or if it's iPhone or maybe a Tesla phone or a Pi phone or whatever you want to call it that Elon puts together. So this is really cool. So here you go, texting by 2024. We see voice and data by 2025, and then IoT, which is Internet of Things, by 2025 also, which is amazing. Do you see this? Yeah. Stay connected. Direct to Cell works with existing LTE phones wherever you can see the sky. Once again, you have to be outside. Some people were asking me, well, how are they going to be able to do it when you're indoors? And I said, there's no possible way. And people were like, just pushing me back on it. I said, no, just look at this. They have a hard time with a big, massive thing that's like 15 inches by 8 or 9 inches. If it's raining, you can't get coverage, right? How are they going to do it from inside? It's not possible. So I said you had to be outside. Anyways, it is confirmed. You need to be outside. But it says no changes to hardware, firmware, or special apps are required. Provide seamless access to text, voice, and data. This is kind of nuts. Now, if you don't know it, I think it was ACT. Anyway, a company, they've already done this. Like last year, I think they were able to hit 14 megabits down right from their phone, okay, which is just amazing. So this has already been done, but just what is going on now is Starlink satellites are getting this, well, they're called, I believe, E-Node Bs. And that is like a, let's say a network, I would say a middleman, let's call it, all right, that takes your LTE and be able to connect it to your modem that's inside your phone. Anyways, it gets a little bit complicated, but the bottom line here is, as you can see, this is something that's going to be happening. And as you can see here, it says unmodified cell. It goes up to your up to whatever you find in Leo. It doesn't matter. There's 5,000 now, I think it is, these satellites. So whichever one, it doesn't matter. And then it can send the signal from satellite to satellite to satellite, back down to the ground station, over to the operator partner. So that partner could be T-Mobile, for example. Remember, now they're in bed together, T-Mobile and Deutsche Telekom, or T-Mobile is Deutsche Telekom, T-Mobile and SpaceX Starlink. They are like, let's say, not combined, but they are partners as of, I believe, the end or the beginning of last year. So it's been about 8-9 months or something. Anyways, then you have your service here, your talk, text, and data. So this is pretty cool. Once again, eliminates dead zones, yada, 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 engineered by SpaceX. And they go into some other stuff here. Now, this is what's interesting too, is look at the partners. In the US, the only partner is who? T-Mobile. Why? Because obviously they are that partner that they signed with. But besides T-Mobile, outside of the US, you have Rogers in Canada, KDDI in Japan, you got Optus in Australia, you have One EZ, which is in New Zealand, and finally Salt in Switzerland. So, and here you can see where they made that whole partnering speech that they did on stage. So this was like a big day for them. And, you know, I think that moving forward, this is going to be really, really good, because there's going to be a lot of people now being able to use their phones that are going to be able to go with, let's say, a satellite connection if need be, if they're in the middle of nowhere. Whereas in the past, they couldn't do it. There was no way. You would actually have to have a satellite phone. And those cost thousands of dollars. Anyways, that was kind of like the long end of it. And I got kicked 3 times during that. So.
like,
she did kick me.
And you want to know.
I could feel it. It hurts.
You're like, oh, we're not getting to the questions. That's not on me. That's on you. Tom, hello from the Grand Canyon. Come up and stir
Tom.
the apple butter at Waterville Fire Co. That sounds cool.
Sweet.
Ricky. No, we did his question. Rusty, I have the business Starlink service. I've noticed the past 2 weeks my connection drops more and speeds are most of the time 15 up and 140 down, but then drops to 12 up, 90 down. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of up and down when it comes to speeds. And the reason being is Starlink opened up service throughout the entire United States. So that means if you want Starlink anywhere in the country, do you remember the map the last time you were here 3 weeks ago? The map was, there was a lot of dark areas where there was no coverage. Well, as of now, matter of fact, let me just switch back over. If we go, and you can do this too on out there, type in starlink.com/map, hit enter, and then here you can see where it is available. So if we go in here to the US, look at this. Everything is light blue, meaning it is available. So it's now to a point where if you want it, you can have it. So there's 2 million customers. When we got Starlink, there was a total of 120,000 customers. Now there's 2 million, just to give you an idea. And this is only, what, a year and 8 months or something?
Yeah, it's all blue.
The whole thing's blue now. That means you can get it wherever you want it. But what that's going to do is it's going to make it slower for a lot of people, because now there's going to be a lot more people that are coming on board. But what this means to me is these new satellites that they're launching are strong enough to be able to handle the increase, the upflow in the number of people that are coming into the network, and still be able to give similar speeds. I just think that they're going to vary based on congestion and how many people are in your location. That's what I think. I don't work for them, but that's what I'm going to guess.
Okay, Jack the Canuck.
Jack the Canuck. I like it.
Would your cell phone always connect to the satellites or only when a cell tower connection is absent or below certain connection level? Hello from Toronto.
Yeah, so they'll be able to connect wherever, whenever. They're going to prioritize Wi-Fi. They're going to prioritize after that cell towers. And then when there's no Wi-Fi, no cell towers, no nothing, they're going to move into satellite. That's just how it'll work. So when they start working at the end of this year, right, I will be able to, for example, be in the middle of Lake Okeechobee where there is no cell towers. Obviously, it's a big-ass lake in the middle of the state. You can go dead center of it with no towers and still be able to get a text message out, which is just amazing if you think about it. That's just cool, think about it. You're literally connecting to a satellite at 550
I will try
kilometers.
It in between walls that are 20...
They will never work.
2,000 plus years old.
It will not work.
Okay, Brian, I finally got my Starlink dish installed on my roof today. I also am now able to run an Ethernet cable from the router to my PC. Went from 30 with Wi-Fi to 150, 212 megabytes down with the cable.
Yeah. So people ask me this all the time too. They're like, should I use a cable or should I use Wi-Fi? If you absolutely have to use Wi-Fi, use Wi-Fi. But if you want the fastest speeds possible, use cable. And the only way to use a cable, once again, with the version 2s, you need a damn dongle. And the dongle costs $25. Let me just go and I'll show you this real quick. Let me go ahead and switch over. Actually, you know what? Let me not switch over yet.
When you say dongle, I think of just like.
Did you see that?
Mind.
Did you see what she just said?
Like, it's just such a weird word. Like, who came up with that word for this?
Who came up with dongleification?
Yeah.
I did.
Oh my God, never mind. You just answered my question.
It's a dongle. Anyways, yeah, okay, so let me bring this up. I want to make sure that my account wasn't coming up. All right, so if you go to shop.starlink.com, it's going to show you what you have available. So if you're a Generation 1 user, you're going to see Generation 1 crap. I'm a Generation 2 user now that we upgraded. So Generation 2, we're going to see Generation 2 crap. If we move down here, this is what you're looking for. Go all the way down. Right here, this is it. You see it says Ethernet adapter. They don't call it a dongle. I call it a dongle. All right, so you grab this adapter. It's $25. It used to be $35. It was like highway robbery. Anyways, $25. Grab the damn dongle and call it a day. Also, if you need a longer cable, you can go with one of these 150-foot cables right here. If the standard 75-foot that they give you is not enough. So there you go.
There you go.
And there it is.
Wow.
So stop typing.
Wait, don't tell me what to do.
Oh, yeah.
I am here. This is my job. I'm finally here.
I'm waiting for it.
What?
I'm waiting for a question.
Oh, I'm looking.
All right, you look, and I'm going to look too.
There was one.
Kamikaze Ozzy. Eric says personally.
Peter, I don't skip any questions. Get out of town.
And you know what? If she skips questions, just ask them again.
No, it was only one, but we went back to it. Get out of town. Some very good looking apple juice. You know, this apple juice is called, can I say the name?
Go ahead.
This apple juice is called.
You screwed it up from the beginning.
You're so over the top. You're so dramatic. No, we're not.
We're not. I'm kidding.
I know.
All right. So what is it called?
Screwball. Screwball.
So, grab your dongle.
And your screwball.
And your screwball.
And have a great Friday night.
Wonderful Friday night.
You're the one saying that.
Oh, God. I don't even know.
Okay. A golf twiddler never let someone else. Yeah, look. Never let someone else's religion or spiritual belief govern your existence. We were given free will for a reason. Amen.
Yeah, that's it.
Bajarn.
Any
new rumors regarding version 3 sats?
Yeah, well, I mean, the version 3 satellites, we don't even know if they are version 3s or if Elon made like a gaffe and he called them version 3s and they're actually version 2s. I have a feeling that the satellites are just progressing so quickly. You know, it's just like Moore's law, right? So as the technology increases as fast as it is increasing, there's no way to just sit there and say, okay, version 2s are going to be available whenever we don't blow this damn Starship up. It's just not happening. They're moving forward. So now the new version 2 minis have high speed lasers on them. Let's say more powerful lasers than they had before. Also, I believe, they said that they're not, but I believe that those E-Node Bs, those LTE devices that allow you to communicate from phone to satellite, I think they're there already. They say that no, they're not going to be there until the end of the year. I think it's bullshit. I think that they're on there already, and that's how they're doing a lot of this testing. So that's my personal opinion, okay? Once again, I don't work for these people, but I think that they're there already, and they've been doing plenty of tests for a long time with them. Anyways, that being said, are you going to kick me?
Nope.
All right. I will stop. I will leave it at that. I will leave it at that.
Kamikaze. Eric. He's talking to Eric. He's going with Jason because he has like.
He's going with Jason.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Jason's got a cool
Lynn
story.
said, "I love the T-shirt. Plan to find one to order." Yes. John said, "Just kidding. Your T-shirt, great shirts make you look stronger." Beba said, "No judgment here. Wear what you want."
There you go.
George, are you on Rumble? Yes.
Yes.
You are.
So on Rumble, you can find me. I have, I think about 300 or 400 videos, maybe 500 videos on Rumble already. And every new video that comes out on YouTube is also coming out on Rumble. So they're on both places. Once again, like I always say, right? I tell you all the time, 1 is none, 2 is 1, and 3 is kind of the best way to be. So I like to be on multiple places. So I try to kind of spread things out because you never know. You could be demonetized tomorrow, and then all of a sudden, now what? You guys can always find me over on Rumble if for some reason I'm not here.
This is a good idea from Life and Death.
I want to hear it.
I think you and other creators should do what Pink Floyd did, and others often did. Bury snippets of your conversation just at the noise level in between tracks so you know you heard something, but what? That's great.
Maybe we'll do that. I'll do it in editing. I'll put like something like...
Dongle.
I'll just...
Sorry.
You see?
No, because Eric said, let's
Stop
buy a
drinking
dongle.
your damn peanut.
Eric said, it's not, what? Eric said, let's buy a dongle, LOL.
Yeah,
See?
buy a dongle. No, I like that. Yeah,
And,
Pink Floyd. There's
and
a
real
lot.
Nikon lover said, got your dongle hanging, LOL.
Thanks, real Nikon lover.
That's great.
No, but it's true though. A lot of the bands way back in the day, like, you know, I'm like an 80s guy, right? So you know, that's the way everything was. There was a lot, you know, we would play tracks in reverse to hear things that they kind of like stuck in the music at different time and tempos and different things. They were really into that kind of stuff way back. Now it's kind of like, I think things have become less artistic, less artsy, and just more machine. I just feel like people can't sing anymore. You know, it's, you know, a lot of it is production, and then later on when you go and see your favorite singer like live, you're like, oh my god, what the frick are they doing up there? Sound like shit, you know. So it's just, I think it's just not the way it used to be, you know.
Nothing is the way it
I don't want
used
to sound
be.
like some kind of old guy, you know. Get off my lawn. Yeah, I don't want to be that dude.
I love that though, because it's true though, because stuff is messed up. It is messed up. It's not about being old. It is just messed up. Things are literally backwards butt.
Yeah.
A Golf Twiddler. Apple needs a breakout box.
Yeah, that would, yeah, pretty much. That would work.
But Thunderbolt can handle a breakout box.
Yeah, I mean, you can do. Well, let me see this thing here. Let me see this. I use this. Can you unplug that and hand that to me? So
is
like,
this a dongle holder?
It's my dongle.
Wait,
Now, don't break it. Just unplug it. That's good. Let me see that.
It's coming off the plastic.
Let me see. What it?
Wait, can you just move your big old hand? My gosh.
Did you do it?
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
need this
you are
unplugged
now here. There, unplug it.
Okay. So
Yeah,
see?
you can kill it. There you go. All right. So this is what I use. Who is this one? This is Anchor.
I don't even know.
The dongle. Another dongle.
You know,
right?
I don't know how people
So
understand
you see this?
you because
See
I
this
can't
crap?
understand you.
See this? So this is, I mean, instead of having all of this shit on that Mac, you have to buy this damn thing to give you another Type C. What do you got? HDMI here. You got your Cat 5, Cat 6, Cat 7. You have your Ethernet basically here. Your gigabit connection. Then what else do you have? Then you have, let's see, you have your SD card on this side. Then you have another slot. And you have two USBs, Type 3s, and you have headphones. Anyways, all of this crap used to be on the computer. You didn't need this thing. So now I got to bring this and plug this in, and then I got to go plug in like maybe here. Let me see. Then I can plug this in to this, right? And then I can go and plug in, I don't know, some other shit.
You want a dongle?
All this crap. So this is for
Another
extra
one?
hard drive space because Apple doesn't give you any freaking hard drive space. And if they want extra hard drive space, they'll charge you through the ass.
You said ass, you're going to get demonetized.
I'm already demonetized. You screwed it from the beginning.
Yeah, right. You're
So anyways, so this is the kind of crap. I hate this. I think it's the dumbest crap ever. I mean, you know, like I said, I'm an Apple guy from way back, but I just think that
I think I pulled it out too hard.
the frick.
You told me to take it out.
You see this? Okay, so you have to push this in before you
I
pull it and yank it.
Well, I
The
didn't.
frick.
I didn't see that part.
Now I gotta buy another one.
Well,
No, I'm kidding. This is
I don't know
okay.
what to
This
tell
can be
you.
repaired. There we go.
was it made in China?
No, actually, I made this. So it was made in China.
It was
What
made
an
in
idiot.
Loxahatchee.
Damn breaks my shit.
Next time you need to let me test it to see if it
Well, don't pull it out like
You
I
told
don't
me
know
to
what's
take it
wrong
out.
with
It was
you.
stuck.
Push the little release button.
there was no release button. That was not sticking
There's no
out.
release button.
There wasn't.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna make a shirt. There is no release button.
You're so stupid.
Just rip it out. There's no release.
Wow. You're next level tonight. Peter
Yeah, I know.
Peter says I'm skipping his specific questions. I'm not.
You
Peter,
probably are because I do that sometimes because Peter is like doing what he does and telling everyone to do the cue and all this stuff. And then when he puts in a question, I like miss it. I'm like, oh shit.
I'll get
Peter,
to
I'm
it.
sorry, bud. I am
I'll
sorry.
get to it. I'll get to it. Now I have to backtrack.
Don't do that. He's here. Like it's literally 2 a.m. and he's like moderating.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's how you thank him?
It's your fault.
You don't even like answer the question?
I'm gonna answer him. Okay. Wait, we got a super chat.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Hey, there's like a moon in this super chat.
Real Nikon.
Hey, thank you so
Hey.
much. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
that. It says a welcome home drink for a fantastic spouse. See that?
That's awesome.
Real Nikon lover bought you a drink.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you so
Refill.
much. Always love those. Really do appreciate you guys.
I miss Friday nights.
Yeah, this is fun stuff. Just
Yeah.
relaxing, nothing crazy. Am I going to have to get in here because I feel like you're falling behind?
No, you're just talking too much. Can't get a Gen 3 for my 1. Not available in Canada from William.
Really? So that I wasn't aware of. Who said that?
William.
Oh, okay,
Backward.
William. Thank you so much for that. I didn't know that. A lot of people have been asking me about getting a Generation 3 when they have a Gen 1, and I've been saying that you can just get one without a problem. I didn't know you can't in Canada, so that's good information. Here in the U.S., though, if you have a Generation 1, it would behoove you to pick up a Generation 3 because it brings you up to speed, so to speak, but it also gives you even faster Wi-Fi that Generation 2 people don't have. So Generation 2, we have Wi-Fi 5, whereas Generation 3, they're getting Wi-Fi 6 and maybe Wi-Fi 6E. I'm not sure. I know it's definitely Wi-Fi 6. So it is faster, a little bit more secure, and you can also have more connections per router. Anyways, So yeah,
Okay, Trey.
grab a Gen 3 if you can.
Trey has a question. Just got the link for the second time. First time had cold feet and sent it back. Is there a limit on data? Been watching and it looks like I'm up to 897 gigabytes.
There's no limit to data on Starlink. So if you have, unless you have some kind of priority business class type of thing and you're paying for X number of gigabytes per month or whatever, what that means is after you go beyond that, you're still going to get the rest for free, but you're not going to have the priority or faster service at that point. If you have residential, or if you have roaming, or if you had mobile, whatever it is, the standard package will give you unlimited access. So it doesn't matter if you use 500 gigs or if you use a terabyte of data per month, it's not going to matter. There was a time when Elon Musk was thinking about only allowing people to go up to 1 terabyte. And once you hit that terabyte, you're going to have to pay X number of dollars per gigabyte after that. But he said, you know what? We're not going to do this. So thankfully, there is no limit. It is true unlimited internet for your $120 or $140, $150. So that's good.
All right. What is this right here? This is from
PoE,
Life and Death.
There are PoE, which is power over Ethernet, power injection dongles. You could do, the power injection dongles, PoE dongles. You get one when you get a Starlink version 1. And with the version 3, I think you use your version 1 PoE injector. But a lot of people, instead of using a dongle, they like to use a switch that has PoE built into it, into the ports. So you might have, let's say, 10 ports in your switch, and 5 of them are PoE, means that they have power, and you would plug into that. So some people that have a lot of different APs or access points that need power over Ethernet, they would just plug that in, and now you have basically all the power you need for your different devices, bottom line. But yeah, you can get a dongle that does it.
Okay, Tranquility Base software update today, slight faster speeds.
I didn't get the software update. I should check while we're here because...
Mark, I'm Generation 1 beta and still not able to upgrade to the new Generation 3.
Why?
I don't know.
Where are you located, Mark? Let me know where you're located. You should be able to. Unless they are like running low on these things or something, you should be able to.
William said a 120 down, ATM 17 up.
Not bad.
17 up, holy
That's not bad.
smokes, and then back to 14. I guess
Nice.
I'm back to 14. Peter.
Question's not good enough.
Kamikaze. Your questions are good enough, Peter. I'll get to it. I won't skip anymore. Kamikaze. Back in 2011, I was told from our government we would have a permanent moon base by 2024. Ooh.
Interesting.
Status.
That's obviously not happening.
What's the status on that?
Yeah, that is not happening.
A Golf Twiddler, we definitely need a permanent moon base before we get a permanent Mars base.
They're working on that. That's the first thing that Elon's going to do. They need to have a base on the moon. I would imagine, number one, for logistics. Number two, I think the majority of it is going to be for propellant, rocket fuel, rocket propellant. They're probably going to, I'm going to guess, deliver propellant there, and then be able to land there, refuel, and then take off from the moon. That's probably not going to be a bad idea. They're also, I heard, considering having some of these starships, basically having a starship that's empty, so that there's no like cargo in it. It's just simply like a fuel hauler, right? It almost acts like a docking ship that brings fuel up into space. So imagine having one of these starships just floating around, that's fully loaded with fuel, and then other, let's say, rockets can pull up to it, refuel, and then take off from it. So that's what I'm hearing that they're working on. So don't quote me, but that's what I'm kind of hearing as of late. So we'll see.
We have a super chat.
Oh, sweet.
From Rusty Chambers.
Rusty, thank you so much. Thank you. So JC needs some release. Oh my God. Yes. Great channel. Thank you so much, Rusty. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate that super chat. That's awesome. Thank you.
That's awesome. Ricky, my bro had professional photography at his wedding, taking photo and video. The wedding was set October 7th, 2023. How long does it normally take for them to do editing and get the content back? Well, it depends on the photographer.
Photos usually, when I was doing that, usually would take about a month.
Yeah,
it just depends.
On
it depends on how many jobs they have per week. So if they have for example, during season, if you have a wedding every weekend, sometimes you'll have 2 weddings in a weekend. So just think about that. So now you have 3,000 pictures, 3,000 pictures, 3,000 pictures, right? So you can imagine how quick it gets to be a little bit crazy. So if it's photos, I would say you should be able to get your photos back within a month. If it's video, 6 months. Sometimes,
yeah, it might
sometimes
be longer on the
less,
photos,
sometimes longer. It really depends.
It depends on if the bride and groom are having special things done to the
Yeah.
photos, and how
there's
much
a lot.
retouching
There's a lot that goes into it,
Yeah.
for sure. For example, also, if you're going to have like a flush mount leather wedding album created, well, the design of it takes a long time, and then when you send it away for all of the bounding of it and the leather, the whole 9 yards, putting it together, sometimes it takes weeks before you get that thing back. So there's a lot that goes into it. So
Shem Pullen, Starlink saved me from a mental breakdown. I think it saved him too.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I used to scream from the rooftop at AT&T with my shit coverage. I had we originally started out at the house with 7 megs down and 0.7 megs up, and then they were nice enough to provide a bonded pair. So you got 2 lines that gave us 15 megs down and 1.5 megabits up.
And you almost lost your mind when the people in this community were like, "No, we're fine with our satellite dishes."
Can you imagine this? Yeah, so
the old school screen big satellite.
So when we moved to the community, it was like 99, and it's all horse, it's equestrian, right? Anyways, a lot of the folks were like older folks, number one, or they were like coming back and forth from Germany. They were doing a lot with dressage and whatnot. And one of the providers were going to install copper cable to all the homes, and they were going to do it for free. And a lot of these mental midgets said, no, we don't want that. We don't need that. We have our dish. And at the time, the dish was, like Fabiola said, it was those 10, 12-foot dish looking things that you were like, I don't know, capturing Jupiter. I don't know what the frick they were doing.
They used to catch the pine needles from the trees.
Yeah, it was the whole base. The whole thing was full of pine. That's what they did. So we got no copper. So we had nothing besides this AT&T crap. Well, later on, this is how the story goes. I call in to the company. It was like
years later.
Yeah, years later, I call in. I say, "Listen, I want you to run me a cable to the house because I want your cable high speed access." They're like, "Okay, we'll work up a quote." The quote to run a cable to my home was $52,800. Honestly, $52,800 to run a cable. For me to get, what was it, Comcast or some shit?
I don't remember.
I think it was like Comcast and Xfinity
I was just
bought them or
laughing
something.
like I am now.
$52,800. And we could have got it for free.
I know.
But once again...
Good choice, people.
Yeah. Well, no, we got these 10-foot dish. And now in the community, right now, we have 3 quotes for fiber.
And they're still sitting there masticating the decision.
And 3 quotes for fiber from 3 different companies: Blue Origin, Blue Horizon, Blue something, Blue somebody, Blue Sky, I don't know. And then Hotwire and AT&T. Screw AT&T and their stupidity. Anyways, there are still these unbelievable mental midgets that, you can't let us say mental small people that are so freaking stupid that are saying, well, we don't know if we want...
If you're that stupid, you do not get a pass.
We don't know if we want to pay $54 a month for 300 up and 300 down. Are you a freaking idiot? I mean, you'd have to literally be just ridiculous. You have to be slow. Slow bus, like I was on the slow bus, right? I was in SLD. I was a slow learner, right? So I know about the slow bus. I wrote it. Trust me, you have to be So anyways, so we actually have people in the community that are saying, no, we don't want it. So now we're having to do this vote to see the majority if we're going to get
Can we
fiber.
vote them out? Can we just vote them out of the community? You don't get to live here anymore.
I think we send one of these.
I'm not sure I understand.
It's always listening.
What don't you understand?
You're a mental midget.
Did we say Siri? I didn't say Siri.
No, because they're always listening. It's a bunch of junk, as my daughter would say.
She says, I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah.
Well, stop listening.
Exactly. No one invited you to the party just because it's a Friday free-for-all. Stop.
Did you see that?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Anyways.
You and your technology.
All right, so.
All right,
yeah.
wait. Peter has a question.
Peter, oh God.
How is it going to work overseas in Europe, direct to cell?
Same way. Doesn't matter where you are on the planet. The satellites that Elon are putting up that do have the eNode Bs built into them, basically the communications device built into it. As long as you have a 5G phone, you'll be able to communicate. That's just it. Now, I don't know if it's going to be something where they are going to have that thing where you need to have T-Mobile something going on to be able to do it. I don't really know. Or if it's just going to be any phone if you already have a Starlink account. I don't know how they're going to do that. So we'll have to see as we get closer to the end of this year on how they're going to the implementation, how they're going to implement this. How are they going to do it? I really don't know. But yeah, it doesn't matter what part of the planet. You could be in Alaska, you could be in Antarctica and still do it as long as you have a bird overhead, as long as you have a satellite overhead. So we'll see. Thanks for that question, Fab.
Oh, yeah. I kind of...
We're falling behind. I'm going to kick you.
No. We're not falling behind. What happens is I start reading ahead and then I lose my spot.
Well, stop.
Because,
Don't do it.
Now I have to go down.
Let's see.
Oh, let's see.
Eric, thank you so much. Says you and your wife are adorable. Love your channel. I know who rules the roost. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. Shem says Starlink gave us from the past 13 megabytes was intermittent. Starlink is above 60 megabytes, sometimes more. Yeah, it is going to start getting faster, which is really good. BB says Tom passed away. I'm using his iPhone. Bonnie Wilson. Oh my God.
How come I'm missing
William
some of these?
says $1 billion.
Wow.
1 billion. Yes. John K. Wolf. I live in Wilmington, Texas, near Austin.
Here.
Tomorrow,
Wait,
we are going
you?
to have. Yes, the eclipse is coming. That's right. If you know.
What is it called? I forgot.
It's
I
the
saw
eclipse.
it.
The eclipse is coming.
No, but there's like a name to it. I had seen it.
What is the name to the eclipse?
I can't look for it right now.
All
I gotta
right.
find out where I was. Okay, so you answered Peter's question, right?
Yeah.
And then Shen, did you?
Yeah, I just did.
And Trey.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eric.
Nope.
Yes, you read that.
You did?
And then
Okay.
you did Shem again.
All right.
Starlink gave us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got that.
BBW, Tom pass away. I'm using this
Yeah,
iPhone.
got that.
But okay.
Yeah, it looks like 12 p.m. CDT
here we go.
for the eclipse in Texas. So yeah, that's in Oregon. If you're in Oregon, you're looking at 9:13 a.m. PDT.
Scott, if a subscriber of T-Mobile and connected to home Starlink, do you think that the sat connection between home router and cell phone would be of any benefit beyond seeing the sky?
No. So yeah, I mean the whole satellite connection is only going to benefit you in case of emergency. I mean, you're going to have very, very slow data rates for quite some time. Remember, you're connecting from your phone to 550 kilometers above Earth, right? So it's not going to be for speed. It's going to be for emergency, and that's really about it. But that being said, as they get more and more more powerful, stronger antennas up there in Leo, we're going to start seeing some speeds that are going to get to be crazy. And my understanding is Elon's going to start bringing these satellites lower. So originally, the satellites were between 520 and 550 kilometers. Operational altitude is about 545 to 550 kilometers. My understanding is there's going to be some satellites moving forward that are going to be sitting in the 300 kilometer from Earth position. That is 200 kilometers closer to Earth. So it's going to be good and it's going to be bad. Now, the reason that it's going to be good is because as it gets closer and closer, as the satellites are closer and closer to Earth, all right, I'm going to go fit quick. What this means is the latency is going to come down because you're quicker to get up and back and forth from it. But remember, as the satellite gets closer to Earth, let's say the radius of the signal becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. That's why when you see these very high altitude at 36,000 kilometers that you see in geo or geocentric satellites that are up there like HughesNet and Viasat, pieces of crap that they can hit an entire swath, the entire United States with one satellite because they're so high. So that beam goes really wide. So as you get closer and closer to Earth, the beam gets tighter and tighter and tighter, and you need more satellites to equal the same number at a higher altitude, if you kind of get that. So it's going to be like a blessing and a curse at the same time. They're going to be able to do a lot of cool shit with satellites that low, but the other problem is there's a lot more drag on them. That means they're going to be able to stay in orbit for a shorter period of time, where you get about 4 to 5 years at about 550 kilometers. At 300 kilometers, maybe they'll get 3 years, maybe 2.5 years, because it's going to take a lot more fuel to keep them at that height, because the amount of drag from the gravitational force of the gravitational pull of the Earth wants to pull them into the upper layer of the atmosphere and burn them up, so they look like what we absolutely love when they blow up. It's like a fireworks show, right? So, anyways, I hope that kind of gives a little bit of like what's going on.
I mean, I hope so.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
My cell phone isn't compatible to use with Starlink map. Not sure why.
Really? That's really weird. I've never seen that. Let me see.
Mr. Akpig, I've gotten close to have 400 megabytes down and 40 megabits up with my high performance.
That's crazy. 400 megabits up. I've never seen that before. You do have the high performance, which is the large 22 inch, I think it is, by 20 inch, the larger dish, the larger array. So you're going to get faster speeds. And also, I'm going to guess you have a business class at that speed, because my understanding is even if you have that dish, which you can't even buy anymore unless you have a business class, but even if you got it back when you could for $2,500, you weren't getting those speeds. They weren't releasing those speeds to you. The only benefit that you were getting was just better, let's say, or lesser amount of rain fade. So when it was like a lot of rain, the bigger dish would be able to cut through, because there's obviously more antennae, let's say, in there. So that's fast speed though, 400 down. It's awesome.
Peter said that I have a dirty mind tonight. I do not.
You're just you and that drink that you have.
Get out of town. John, I just had, what? Another ad. John, I don't know what that means. George, I remember needing a special dongle to run certain software 20 years ago. Ricky, if you have an external antenna for T-Mobile home internet, would that be able to connect to the satellites too, or will that only use T-Mobile cell towers?
Hold on one second. Ask me that question again. So here you go. That is the map on the iPhone. So yeah, you should be able to open up starlink.com/map and be able to get in there and take a look at the map without a problem. So give that a shot again. Maybe you fat thumbed it and you typed in /maps or something like that. Starlink.com/map, and that's it. What was the question?
If you have, Ricky, Joe, if you have an external antenna for T-Mobile home internet, would that be able to connect to the satellites too, or will that only use T-Mobile cell towers?
Yeah, that's only for the T-Mobile cell towers, or AT&T, or Verizon, or whatever. I mean, I have a Sprint cell tower that T-Mobile just took over that's going to be turning into 5G soon. That's what I'm connecting to right now. That is a MIMO antenna. They're freaking awesome. If you have T-Mobile or AT&T Air or Verizon home internet, definitely get one of those. Go over to JCristina.com/antenna. Once again, JCristina.com/antenna. Those people, I've tried a lot of antennas, and the people that you'll see on that link, they just freaking work. They are awesome, and I'm getting some pretty damn good.
What is it?
JCristina.com/antenna. Let me just, you know what? I'm glad you asked me that. I'm going to use my cell phone, and I'm going to connect to just the T-Mobile connection, and that's it. I'm not going to connect to anything else. Now, right now, we're using Speedify, so I'm using T-Mobile and Starlink for this, so we'll probably get a little bit reduced speeds. But I'm going to do a speed test right now. This is going to be from T-Mobile, and that is it. No other connection. I'm not Speedify on this or anything. So let's see what we get here.
Anthony Nye, hello. How you doing? George.
Anthony, how you doing?
George, are you on Rumble? Yes, George, we are on Rumble. Well, Joe's on Rumble.
Come on. Stop. Don't. Man, it just doesn't want to focus. Is it going to focus?
That's like the iPhone. It doesn't want to focus.
Because it sees eyes, so that's why. Anyways, so far, look at this connection. We ended up with 128 megabits down, and right now we're getting 12. We got like 12.8 megabits up, and that's why we're also streaming at the same time. We're getting those speeds, and that's from T-Mobile using that MIMO antenna. But that's LTE. That's not 5G. When this is 5G, we're going to be well over 200 megabits down. I get normally during the day on this connection on T-Mobile, I get about 35 to 55 megabits up, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And it's like $55 a month. It's cheap as hell. It is really cheap. So as a backup, I just absolutely love the T-Mobile setup. I don't know about Verizon. Some people said that it's good too, but with this T-Mobile, it's just stellar, especially with that MIMO antenna. It just works out amazingly.
All right, Shem Pullen. We had to use the mesh Wi-Fi that they sell to allow neighbor distance, but they were $125 a piece, but still 10 times better than any hotspots I've tried. John said, it's going to be a crazy night at your house. William, can get a version 3 router, doesn't show up on my account, has circle dishy.
Yeah, that's when it does show up, then you can get it. If you want, right into Starlink, just put together a ticket and just say, look, I have a version 1, I want to get the version 3, how do I order it? And they might just release it for you. I've seen that happen. Some people have written into me and said that it had, so give that a shot. Writing into them, they do some crazy ass stuff. So usually Starlink's customer service is shites, right? No one can get a hold of them. But when you do get a hold of them, they are really, really helpful. So, which is good.
Trey, by the way, very good videos you put on. The reason I went for round 2, and I am hardwired using the dongle. Sorry for the ramble, just me and the dogs tonight.
Sweet.
Yes.
Using that dongle.
Shem, high-speed dubbing recording was hilarious. Heavy metal chipmunks.
Yes. Yes, right. I remember that.
That's funny. Peter, you sound like a very old grandparents couple.
Oh my God. We are grandparents.
Yeah, we are grandparents. But there's not
crazy.
a lot of grandparents that are like us, you know. We're special K grandparents.
We're special K grandparents. Oh my God.
John, a question. How much data do you think that Spaces will albor up in space or offer up in space?
Question, how much data do you think that SpaceX will offer maybe up in space? I really don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly what they're going to end up doing. I'm not sure if you're talking about the video that I just did today about how I was thinking that it would be really good if SpaceX... so let me just, before we go into any more questions, I did a video today, if you guys are new and you didn't hear it, and it talked about how I, for many moons, have said, listen, they need to have a NOC or a Network Operations Center or a CO or a data center, but in LEO, right? Up in outer space. So this way the transactions can just stay up there. Well, I've been thinking about that more. And I think that instead of having an actual data center that is going to be very hard to, let's say, work on, like if there's problems or something, how about if we take all of the satellites and turn them into a mesh network? Just like what we have here on Earth, but instead of a mesh network for data, now it'll be a mesh network for data, but in a cached format. So my thought is how about if we cached the internet, right, in Leo? So meaning that if I put in requests for, let's say, a Google, let's say I'm going to a Google website and Google always pops up with the logo. Well, the logo could be cached. There's no reason to have to go to Google to go get their logo. So it could be cached in one of the satellites. So when you make that request, it can go from your dish up to the satellite. And now the satellite has the answer or the website cached already, and then come right back down to your dish. That will completely take the ground stations out of the loop. You won't even need to go to a POP or a point of presence. You won't have to go to the backbone to actually get onto the internet, nothing, because it's cached there. So that's what I was speculating. I'm like, that would be a really cool thing, is to make a 1,000 satellite network, mesh network, that is a cached network. The speeds would just be unbelievable, because people think that the speed problem or latency has to do with the time it takes to get data from your dish up to satellite and back down. That's not the case. It's about 4 to 6 milliseconds to get data from your dish to the satellite and back. That's small. That's nothing. If you're a gamer, 4 to 6 milliseconds, that's pretty damn good. You're not getting sniped. You're not dead, right? So it is quick. All of the rest of those milliseconds, all the rest of that time is terrestrial time. That's going to the ground station, from the ground station to the POP, from the POP out to the internet, and all this stuff. So anyways, that's what I was thinking, but we'll see what ends up happening. If you guys have any ideas on that, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you are new here, like I said before, in the chat window, just say hello so we can say hello to you. This is a lot of you guys on. There was well over 100 just a minute ago, so definitely say hello. I'd love to say hi.
Stop talking so much so we can say hi, because we're never going to get to the end of the rainbow.
All right. It is, let me see, 1 hour, 20 minutes into it.
My God, you're killing me here tonight.
Down.
I am dying.
Okay.
My hair must be getting curlier and bigger by the minute because the humidity.
Is it hot and
it is
humid?
so hot in
I'm
here.
Dying. You see, I had an AC guy come to fix our
We've
AC
just had
here.
all kinds of house problems. I'm moving.
I'm
leaving.
I called the guy.
I'll be back in another 3 weeks.
He literally showed up within 2 hours. When does that ever happen? It's Friday the 13th.
That was a miracle.
I thought I'd be buying a whole new AC unit. He fixed the damn AC. Even though it is hot in here. Why in the hell is it hot in here?
I don't know, but I'm dying. Okay, Ricky, I'll tell you what is messed up. That's getting struck by lightning. Where a 16-year-old girl passed away in September because of it. Was one of my friends at that. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible.
I have been, we've talked about that.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Ugh, I hate that. Low Tech Greg, all this crap about being old. I just signed up for Medicare yesterday. I'm sorry. No, but that's...
You know what? I'm gonna call him Old Tech Greg.
He's coming for you. Adam Baum, how do I look up another router? Don't you have router suggestions?
Yeah, if you go over, matter of fact, in any of my videos, just scroll down, you'll see about 4 or 5 routers that I've reviewed. Bunch of really good ones. Right now, a UTT I'm using. It's really, really nice. Not bad. It's cheap. If you want a really expensive one, you can use a Peplink. 20X is what the balance 20X is really good. But, you're paying 4 or 5 times as much.
All right, Shem. Crimper tools cheap to make a new end. Okay.
The hell was that?
It was like, what's his name? It was like...
yeah, like Jim Carrey and
the Grinch.
Yeah, the Grinch.
Okay. He's answering him. Okay, George, I just followed you on Rumble. I think you are 3 shy of 100 followers there. Yeah, no one
There's no one there.
No one goes there.
I feel, but you know what? It's a good backup.
We have to. We should. You said you were gonna try to double stream, but we haven't figured it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
No,
I'm
lives. Yeah. I don't know. Mr. Rainbow Butterfly 13, you guys are cute. Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
Adam Baum, how can I tell if I have Wi-Fi 6?
If you have Starlink, you don't. Okay. If you have another third-party router, you probably do, because they're already up to Wi-Fi 7. A lot of the routers that you buy today are Wi-Fi 6E. And you can even get Wi-Fi 7 already.
All right, Cowboy John 88, howdy.
Howdy!
From Loxahatchee.
From Lux.
F. Welshel, trying to listen while reading your digital Fort Knox, which arrived today on page 25. Size matters. Getting confused with dongles and hard drives.
Yes.
That's great.
So, let me grab
I
one.
love it, love it, love it.
This is what he's reading.
That's why we're here for Friday nights.
There you go. Thank you for picking up my book and reading through
awesome.
it. You're on page 25, Size Matters. So anyways, if you guys don't know, I put together this book about 2 years ago or so now, and it's basically me.
Look at that hairdo. Look at that. I wonder if you styled that.
That's you.
I know. Look at that.
So it's me building out an Unraid server, and I take you on this journey, and I teach you how to do it. Very simple.
This is really good. You know that? I could follow this. This is great. It's good stuff. You should get one.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Anyways, how to create a digital Fort Knox, backing up your digital life, right? So it was something that I did, and I said, you know what, let me take some other people on this journey with me, because there's a lot of people out there that were doing like what I was doing, and taking like hard drives and hard drives and hard drives and having piles and piles of hard drives, and you don't know where any of your data is, right? So finally I built this Unraid server, and now I can find anything. It doesn't matter what it is. From years ago, I can just look it up. Anyways, thank you for buying the book, and hopefully it turns out really good for you. I would love to hear from you, like how it turned out, what you built, and what you're using it for, and how you're making it.
Hi, Arnie. Hello, Christinas and chatters. I am dropping in for a while from Possum Town.
Sweet.
CWS Pod. Official artist. Love your show. Plus, I am a religious viewer of your Starlink content. I got gig fiber from CenturyLink, but I enjoy learning new tech stuff. Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really like the Starlink stuff. You know, I'm a tech guy at heart. You know, I used to program in assembly. You know, I was like the, 6502 kind of guy. I would burn EEPROMs and all this stuff. If you know what that is, then you're a real dork. So anyways, so that's my thing. So I really like this stuff, and that's why I kind of talk about it a lot. I am a photographer, videographer, DP, director of photography, all the rest of the stuff. But this kind of stuff just, I like it. She is she. I am me.
All right. David, will I be able to take my Starlink to Mars when I move there? He's planning ahead. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, there will be Starlinks on Mars. I guarantee it. No, I'm not joking either.
Mark Richardson, just south of Memphis, Tennessee. Hello, Tennessee.
Yes.
Shalom. We have 5 Wi-Fi. Shem Pullen. We have 5 Wi-Fi S on main home to make multiple links, but we don't have a wire to it. It's only Wi-Fi unless there's something else I could add.
Let me read that again. We have 5 Wi-Fis, I guess, on the main home to make multiple links. So you have 5 Wi-Fis, but we do not have a wire to it. Only Wi-Fi unless there is something. So I'm not sure what you're saying there, but some people they'll do this, and they'll get like 5, let's say, Wi-Fi routers, and then put the same SSID on all of them and the same password on all of them. And so when they go to different parts of the home, they can just immediately move, right? And then just log into the next one. Don't do that. It's not the way to do it. You want to do like a mesh network. If you're not, do a mesh network, meaning that as you move throughout the home, it will automatically move with you. You do not have to do anything. So that's really the way to do it. Build a mesh network. Indoor, outdoor, however you do it. But yeah, I'm not sure. If you want to rephrase that, I'll answer it maybe a little bit better. But definitely build a mesh network, and don't do the router thing where there's just a whole bunch of routers with the same SSID, and it makes a mess.
All right. William, only shop item is the flashing mount Canada. I really hope to get the 3.
Yeah. And also, if you order a new Starlink as of today, you will not get a Generation 3. You will get a Generation 2, because once again, Generation 3 is only an update to Generation 1. I've been getting a lot of questions on that. These people are getting pissed. They're like, I just ordered it and I got a Generation 2. It's like, yes, that's the newest you're going to get.
Richard, how do I check for Starlink update?
So you can go to your app on your phone. You can check that way. You can also go to, you can type this in, 192.168. So it'd be 192.168.100.1. And that will take you over to the router. And as long as you are on the same network as your Starlink, you'll be able to get right into the Starlink and see what is going on. And then you can check for updates. You can do all of the Starlink stuff that you can normally do on that app. So you'll be able to check your network, you'll be able to check your statistics, your settings, you'll be able to go into support, you can check your visibility, what's going on with that, you can check speeds, range, all kinds of other stuff. So that's where you go.
Baba Smith, anything special I should know to combine my Verizon LTE home internet with my Starlink? Do you have a step-by-step video of the process and get Speedify?
Yes. So I did a video on Speedify on how I do it. I'll just have to look it up. If you go to my Starlink playlist and go back and look up, God, I wish I knew the name of it, but it doesn't have Speedify, I don't think, in the name. But I will look for it, and then maybe what I'll do, remind me, in the community, maybe I'll put like a link or something in there to that video so I can find that for you. But if not, you'll find it in there. I mean, I did a video on it. And what I do is I do a breakdown on how Speedify works. It's basically super, super stupid simple. As long as you can get your Wi-Fi from your Verizon into your computer and then bring in your Starlink, let's say, through your Ethernet, you have two connections coming into your computer, and at that point you load Speedify. Speedify will immediately recognize that you have the two connections and say, hey, do you want to use both? You're like, yeah, go ahead. And that's it. I mean, it's literally that simple. Yes, you can get into a little nuances to kind of customize it, which I go into in that video, but it's literally that easy.
Okay.
Next.
Hold on. I was looking at something.
Don't look at anything.
Cowboy John 88. I'm currently watching your live through Starlink. I love it.
Sweet.
Woo! I love it.
Nice.
John, question: did you see Bigfoot on YouTube? No. Where is he? Have
I
you seen
see
Bigfoot?
It. No, I have not seen.
You know, it's Friday the 13th. Share, John.
Yes.
James, I just looked at my app and it says software update available. There you go.
There it is.
Real Nikon lover, this channel is mo better than Tony and Chelsea. Take that, YouTube.
Hey, you know what? That means a lot to me. I remember watching Tony and Chelsea many moons ago. You know what?
Trey said, you two go together like bread and butter.
Bread and butter. Ooh, there you go. I like that.
I'm down.
Honestly, I love photography. I love the photography industry. I used to cover the photography industry. I used to travel from New York to Las Vegas. We used to do all of the different trade shows. Me and Trevor Current, we used to go live. We did a radio thing. We did a podcast. And we used to interview all the movers and shakers and the CEOs of all the different companies, Canon and Nikon and all the rest of them, right? And the industry has slowly disintegrated.
Disappeared.
Before our very eyes. It's just a sad state of affairs. It really makes me upset because I absolutely love the industry. I mean, I still do. I love photography. I'm an artist. I still paint. I do all this stuff. But, thank God I love technology too. Because if it wasn't for that, what would I be doing on this damn channel? Every time I do a video and I talk something about photography, I swear to God, the crickets that I hear are so freaking loud, I'm deaf. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. I'm here for you.
I appreciate that.
Till the end.
I love you.
I know.
Thanks.
I love you too. Do you need a dongle?
I do need a dongle.
Just look at the lens.
All right. You need to pick up the pace here. You're falling
you're the
way
one who's
behind.
like
You're
blah blah
way
blah
behind.
blah blah. It's you. It's your
she
show.
says blah blah blah. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing blah blah blah.
Yeah. Baba, question. Also, do I bypass the Starlink router and use TP-Link AX5400?
You could. You don't have. Okay, so You could bypass by putting the router into bypass mode and use a third party like a TP-Link. That's fine. Sometimes you don't need to, as long as you don't get double NAT. I don't even know. Can't sit and explain double NAT. But the bottom line is don't bypass unless your shit's not working. If it's not working, then bypass and then it'll just work fine, right? But if it's not, if it's working fine, then leave it alone, okay? And this way you can still be able to use your app and log into it and all the rest of the stuff. You don't lose that functionality. And then I don't have to show you how to port forward and do all kinds of other crazy stuff to be able to do it. So yeah, don't bypass unless you absolutely need to because shit's not working.
All right.
The short answer.
Richard says mine doesn't say update available.
Yeah, I have to check too.
Ricky Joe, again, we're sorry for the loss of your friend. That's really sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
Our prayers were with the family. That's horrible. Shem Pullen, your closest town is 10 miles away, so landline would cost more than all of the everything in our town, humans included. Yeah, well, we know that.
Yeah.
Chris Berg, hi from New Zealand. Hello.
Hello.
Craig, good evening. Have you heard any news on the smaller dish being delivered? Thank you.
Starlink update. You're right. I'm hitting update right now.
It's not working.
No, I'm going to hit update and we'll see. No, it's updating. All right, I'll tell you what happens. So anything about the smaller dish, I have not heard, but my understanding is the small dish and the new dish that's for business class will be coming out very, very soon. So I would say probably before the end of this month, we're going to see the new dish come out. So.
Okay. CW Spod. Elon could own the cell market too. Yeah, he could.
Facts. Absolutely. That could actually happen. A lot of these telcos, they're so fearful of Elon right now. They don't even know what to do with themselves. Because see, what they don't understand, or that they do understand now, is that cell phone means nothing. Data is everything, right? TV is nothing. That's why Dish Network and DirecTV, they're going to be going out of business. Because that's all you need is data. If you have data, you have TV. You can get Hulu, you can get your YouTube TV, you can get whatever, right? Data is everything. With phones, it's the same thing. You go VoIP, you go voice over IP. Once again, data. That's all that you need is data. Give me data and I have everything that I need. And a lot of these companies, these cell phone companies, they're like, shit, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? They are turning into data companies. And that's why we see Dish Network fighting with Elon for spectrum, because they now want to start doing the whole data thing also, right? They want to get their own 5G up there. They want to get their own satellites doing the same similar type of thing. Why? Because they know their TV nonsense is dead in the water, and the same thing with DirecTV. I would guess DirecTV and Dish Network one day just combined and then slowly fade into oblivion. The same thing is Usenet as well as Viasat. They will fade out into oblivion. I just spoke to someone that used to work for Usenet, and he said that for years that he was working there, they did 0 updates to their network. And most of the people that he would go and do servicing with, they were getting like 1 to 2 megabit down. What the frick is that? What a piece of garbage, right?
Tell us how you really feel.
This piece is a crap. So if you have HughesNet today or if you have Viasat, just get rid of it and get Starlink, honestly. And I don't get paid. If I got paid $1 for everyone that I got to purchase Starlink just because I talk about it, I'd be freaking rich. Freaking. But I don't get a dime. Elon.
You're broke. You're
broke.
Broke ass. Wow, we've been together for a long time, huh?
God, let me see what this
Shem
looks
Pullen,
like.
thank you very much. He did a super chat.
Come on, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Much.
That is nice. Those super chats, they are really, really helpful. Thank you for that. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yes, Peter, we had finally gotten to your question.
Peter, that's her fault.
Look, we're behind on questions. So I had said that the eclipse was called something, and I
What
can't
is it
remember.
called?
Fire something annular eclipse. Fire eclipse.
Okay. Cool. I just know it's tomorrow.
Thank you,
right?
everybody. Yeah, it's in 13 hours.
There you go.
83 Jeep. Solar eclipse in 13 hours. Lynn
Sweet.
Brown, annular eclipse. John, question, John. To your wife, how does it feel where you? Was it happy or feel sad place to live before the war? Yeah, so this was the third time I was in Israel, and it's not a place I ever thought that I would go, but I mean, aside from the fact that I'm there for a long time, I just didn't like that I'm away from the family for so long. But that being said, I do love going there. I mean, if you love history, if you are on a spiritual journey, and I mean it's also a melting pot of people more than what you would even imagine. I don't want to get too political about it. I think leaving there when I did and waking up was surreal. It's kind of left me this week in a weird space. With my job, I have to kind of be in that all the time. But yeah, I don't know. It was fine. It was fine. Everything was fine. And this trip, it just seemed almost so perfectly fine because it was during the high holidays. And, you know, there was a lot of extra security everywhere. And I mean, I've walked Jerusalem in and out. I've even walked through it by myself. You know, always being cautious because you are in the Middle East, you know. But it's beautiful. I've made some nice friends. Strange people would help. You ask questions, people are more than happy to help you. They speak more English than we speak any other language in this country. Obviously, the way I look, a lot of people would just automatically start speaking to me in Arabic or in Hebrew, but most people spoke English, or they would try. It's really sad.
And I think that, you know, what is really even more sad about the whole situation is like what, you know, Fab would call me, and then we would be talking, and she would always say how, you know, she would be, you know, you would see the Jewish Orthodox people, and then you would see the Palestinians. They're literally they're literally feet apart, and they're all like happy together, and they each have stores like on the same street.
Yeah,
and
well, you have such a mixture of different people.
So,
it wasn't just them. You have, you know, Arabic people. You have, you know, it's just
it's really sad.
It's sad because,
you know,
I can't get into full politics, and I can't presume to know the full history of it all. But, you know, for being there the times that I were, and things were copacetic, even if there were smaller things going on, then obviously it can work, you know.
Yeah.
But then there's always, like we were talking about, the powers to be and the greed and who knows what else. And there is evil. There are evil people. So,
yeah.
But I send my prayers to everyone in Israel and all of my friends, Jewish and not. Yeah, I don't know.
They're going to be going through it for some time. It's not going to be anything short. So I don't think this would be.
It's really heart-wrenching.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
But I don't know if I don't know what the future lies. I don't know if you know.
We'll have to see what ends up happening. Yeah. But you know, we'll kind of. We'll see.
Yeah, just keep prayers going for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's that. Fox Caro, Ring of Fire Annular Solar Eclipse.
There you go.
Fabulous. That's the full name.
Here, go down to the bottom, read the super chat real quick there, and then go and scroll back up.
Right here. Oops. Wait, I can't. Why is it doing this?
Just push anywhere. There you go.
Okay. Why is it doing that?
DRM Global. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really do appreciate that. It says, hello, Jay and Fab. Glad you're reunited. We missed you. Question, OG standard portability, please. Any reason to keep portability now that Starlink is available? Okay, so it would, save $20 and buy a lot of apple juice. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. Portability is great. If you have portability, you're grandfathered into it, right? So you can take your dish anywhere you want, and it ends up being cheaper, if I remember correctly. If you don't need to take your dish anywhere, $120 a month is fine. But if you need to take it and you still can get it for about the same price because you are grandfathered in, I would pay the extra $20 to be able to take it wherever you want to take it. If not, if you want to be able to take the dish, it's going to cost you now $150 per month. So I don't know what you're paying right now for it, but for the $20 to have the mobility that you can just pick it up, and let's say you're going to a cabin for a weekend or for a week or something. You take your your dish with you, and now you have full internet wherever you go, and that's it. So a lot of people, no one can buy portability anymore, so it's not available. So if you have it, once you get rid of it, you got to understand you won't get it back. So it's kind of the way I look at it. But once again, thank you for that super chat.
DRM
really,
Global.
really
We
do
really
appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, and just a reminder, share Joe's videos, you guys.
Share them. Give a thumbs up. Share.
So I've been saying he needs to get. I feel like he's gonna get to 100,000 by the end of the year, and he's like,
and I've always said no. There's no way.
No, there's no way. Now all of a sudden he's at 78,000. So
is that what
I
it
believe that yes.
I think it's somewhere on there.
It's because you guys have been sharing and thumbing up and all the
doing
things.
All the
so
things.
We really appreciate it. And if you know people that have Starlink issues or tech questions or all that stuff, send them our way. Plus, look, it's Friday night free for all, Friday night lives. Get your apple juice
and hang out. We're up to 78,000 now, which was really nice because just the other night, I think we were at 75 or 76,000. So been doing really well. And I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate it. And that's why if you've been with me for a while, don't forget to go into the community page, because I kind of put some behind the scenes stuff, like if certain things are going on, kind of stupid things, this kind of stuff I'll put into the community page. But 78,000 is great. I don't think we're going to hit 100,000 before the end of the year.
Not?
I would love to, but we'll see.
So.
My prediction was about 85,000 by the end of the year, but who knows? Maybe we can actually get close to that 100,000. I would love to. I think that would be an awesome Christmas present. Right?
Yeah.
Holidays with 100 grand. That would be awesome. 100,000 subscribers. That'd be kind of cool. It's like a nice milestone to get to.
It is.
Not like all of a sudden something would change. Nothing will change. I'm just going to keep doing what I do.
Of course.
But it would be kind of cool to be able to see that.
So Pat Yajesic, I think that's how it is. Do you think Starlink will make 12-volt systems for the roaming customers and off-grid people?
I think they need to. I think that they okay, my thought is that Starlink will, in the next iteration, move into a 12-volt unit, meaning that if you want to plug it in, that's fine, but you'll have an AC brick that will convert, from your AC to 12 volt. And the reason being is then they would be able to use the exact same router on the road. You can use it with battery without a problem, 12 volt battery, whatever. So I hope they do. Will they? I don't know, but I hope they do, because it just simply makes more sense to me. Because if you go from battery and you go to AC and you're using an inverter, you use a lot more battery, a lot of juice. There's a lot of loss converting from DC to AC, right? So it'd be nice just to go DC to DC, and that's it. So we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed. But I think that it would. It should, at least. Denmark, Peter says he gets a gigabit up and a gigabit down for $28 a month. You see how nasty he is?
Did you miss that? You went straight to Peter's question now.
I had to, because she doesn't do it.
Oh my God, but you skipped people.
It says we have 5G all around us, but not in the building properly. Okay. Street 5G works. My phone stays at 4G LTE until city. I'm not sure why. Yeah, so usually the 5G towers are really close to the cities. That's just how it is. That's how they're doing the 5G build out. They're trying to hit as many people as possible. The same reason why when they started rolling out fiber, they started rolling them out in cities, because they want to be able to roll fiber and then hit 1,000 people, in comparison to rolling fiber into a place like from where I am, where there's 5-acre lots. So we're on a 5-acre track. So they roll fiber here, they only hit 250 homes. When they rolled fiber in the same type of community where they're 0 lot line, instead of hitting 250 homes, they'll be hitting like 2,500 homes or more. So that's what they're trying to do. And that's why your cities are always much better linked in to the 5G. The towers are there.
All right, John. Last week I had 3 inches of rain, heavy rain last week, and didn't lose connection that I know of, and I was using it
That's really good.
I guess day or night. Shem, we have 5G all around us, but not in a building.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Okay, that's okay. Jeff Henderson, hello you two from Lake County, California.
Hey, how you doing, Jeff?
You already read Peter's question.
Yes. So I know she was going to forget it.
Janice West, hello from Normandy, Texas. I appreciate y'all. Well,
we
appreciate
you, Janice,
too.
for being here. Appreciate it.
Yes. CW Spot.
Official artist.
Yeah, official artist. Mini PC name with Squid proxy server on it.
Oh, mini PC.
Real Nikon, when the satellites are with built-in AI, you will have the instantaneous answers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll have Chat GPT 9 on Starlink satellites.
City Twister.
Hello. How are you doing, City Twister?
83 Jeep CJ5. Hello from Lake County, California. John, hit that like button.
Yes,
guys, hit that like and share button, please. David Pointer, I could watch you guys all night, learning a lot of things. Thank you. Well, we're glad you're watching us crazy.
Yes, exactly.
Tonight.
On a Friday.
Lynn Brown, new to Starlink in your channel. Life is good. That is awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Low Tech Greg, LOL. Wayne, hi from California.
No, that's Old Tech Greg.
Oh, that's right. We changed it to Old Tech. No, he changed it to Old Tech Greg. Oh, Wayne, hi from California. You guys look great. Thank you.
Flying Pretzel says Rumble.
Rumble? We shouldn't. I don't know. You need to work on that. I don't know. Maybe we can
Rumble needs to work on Rumble. That's what they need to
Rumble
do.
needs to work on
Been
Rumble.
on there
but
for
then,
like a
then
year.
I could say things like apple juice without you having a DF.
True. That's true. That's true.
Official artists. Many websites are HTTPS nowadays. Caching only works on HTTP protocol.
Well, it depends. If they're doing caching in the cloud or caching, like ISPs do caching all the time, and you just don't know the difference. It happens continuously behind the scenes.
Real Nikon, it's a great little book. It cuts to the chase. Thanks, Joe, for that book.
Thank you so much.
Your book.
Appreciate that.
Flying Pretzel, any new merch?
No new merch. Bunch of there's still all the different shirts and as well as the mugs and whatnot. But I definitely need to come up with some new merch. Now we're getting into season, so I'll probably put in some new things
we
coming
are.
up.
It's time.
The holidays are coming. I'll put out something. A couple of new things probably.
John, thanks telling me about Rumble. I think y'all missed each other just a little bit. Don't let him know. Carl Fortner, I'm a dork. Oh, we should make a
dork
shirt
too.
like that.
Yeah, that's right. I'm a dork. I like it.
Trey D, hello, by the way. Yes, Brandon Chewy, you two are great. What a team. We're just crazy. Brandon.
William has Verizon 2023.
Where are you going? Oh. No, you missed 83 Jeep. Any routers that support pure VPN. See, this is why I'm in charge. Right here. This is my station.
83 Jeep. Routers that support pure VPN. I don't have a list. It could be something you can write in and get a list, but for the most part, pure VPN will work on any of the routers that will support a VPN for the most part. I think the TP links, they'll work with it. It just depends on which one that you use, how advanced they are. But that's something I can look into. You can also probably go to their website and get a list of them. But for the most part, if you get a modern, like a current router, you should be able to use pure VPN. Any of the different VPN companies shouldn't be a problem.
All right, William Vevrek, version 2023.27.2. Yep. Adam Baum, how can I tell if I have a Gen 3 dish? I just got my Starlink a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you're going to have a Gen 2. The Gen 3 dish, I don't believe they're even out yet. So you're going to have a Gen 2 router, and you're going to have a Gen 2 dish. Gen 2 dish is like, I don't know, 15 inches by like 9 or whatever it is, 11 inches. So the new ones are going to be much smaller, like 9 inches smaller. You can tell. It's literally the size of like an iPad Pro or something.
Lynn Brown, you're the number. She said she is the number 100 follower on Rumble.
There you go. Thank you so much. See that?
See?
After 1 year, we got 100 followers on Rumble. Love them.
Atom Bomb, I got a Gen 2 Fuge.
It's crazy because the guys at Rumble, they reached out to me and they said, hey, do you want to put your channel on our platform? And at first I'm like, do I really want to do that? And I didn't know who they were and whatever. I did some research on them. I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. It's good to have a backup. So I'm like, okay, they're talking about monetization, all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're on Rumble. Yes. Dominic, I know that burning EPROMs are, but I am an uber nerd, LOL.
Burned a lot of EPROMs, and I remember I used to have the ultraviolet erasers to erase the EPROMs and then reburn them. Did a lot of 6502 stuff. I used to program in assembly code. I just enjoyed it. Fortran, Pascal. A lot of the old languages. It was just a lot of fun to be able to do. I used to write software back in the Freaker days, hacking days, all of that kind of stuff. Used to code.
Were you a hacker?
Yeah, that's so. used to code Mabel tones and stuff. Make blue boxes, black boxes, white boxes, rainbow boxes. And ran a BBS, the largest BBS down here in South Florida for many years.
Oh, good. Maybe they'll come after you 40 years later.
Did have some knocks at the door, but not
good.
anymore.
Don't say that, because nowadays you can apparently dig stuff from that, like the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Scott Parsley. First time watching, extremely informative, educational, and you two are entertaining. Thanks. Thanks for watching, Scott.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah. Michelle 3. So nice to see the wifey here, too. Hey, Michelle. Nice that you're here with us tonight. Appreciate it. Stable Shadow. Boo. Happy Friday the 13th. I like your costumes. Not that scary, though. Be well.
For Halloween, we got to do like a Halloween special. We'll come out here.
I might not be here.
Oh, shit. See?
I might not be here.
You mean Israel then?
No.
Okay.
Somewhere else. Bruce King, Bigfoot. You could dress up as Bigfoot.
I'm already dressed up as Bigfoot. No. I'm like, who's going to do my makeup then if you're not here?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. You're going to have to get one of those ready-made masks. Jesus. It's hot in here. You're killing me tonight. Someone on a train and took a video, and they shot a video that looks like a Bigfoot way out in nowhere on YouTube. Oh, that's what you guys are referring to. Can someone
So what happened? I missed it?
John said someone on a train took a video, and they shot a video that looks like Bigfoot way out in the middle of nowhere on YouTube.
Really?
Can someone share that?
Share the link, guys. Share the link.
Because, we like stuff like that because we're nerds. Michelle 3, everyone make sure to hit the thumbs up if you're enjoying content. Yes, thumbs up. Share. Sharing is caring. William Beverick, what version is the update?
That's a good question.
In the meantime, Ricky, I found out how I can turn my hotspot connection into an Ethernet connection.
The update is 2023.27.2.
Should I type that in here? Or it just comes up
I just did the update just now. Yeah, if you could type it in if you want. It's 2023.27.2. It looks a little bit different. There's like advanced at the bottom that you can click. And yeah, it's the Starlink update. I'll go through this. If there's something that is really good, interesting, I'll do a video on it. If not, then I won't.
Okay.
You know what? While you're doing that...
Well, I was going to read this.
Okay, you do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the video.
Oh.
Of this...
Wow. You're so nifty.
I'm nifty? What the hell's wrong with you?
All right, Ricky said, I found out how I can turn my hotspot connection into an Ethernet connection. I just connected Netgear
Seeing train between Durango and Silverton, they were trying to spot elk
Look at that
when they
dude.
saw this creature that they could
the
only describe
frick?
as Bigfoot, 6-7 feet tall. They say,
No
camouflaged.
way.
Now,
Did you see him
okay,
just
I mean,
sit
if you
down?
really
He
look,
just
He
sat
looks
down.
like a bush.
I don't know what else to
Like,
describe
look.
it as. Look.
That is
Get
crazy.
out of town.
Right?
Is that
It's time to
AI?
go. It's time to pack up and go.
Someone's in a costume out there
That's
freaking
what
people
I think,
out.
too.
It's a comedian.
I don't care. Either way, it was time to go.
I think it's a prankster. The train's
like literally in the
conductor
middle of
tried to
nowhere.
say, you know what, we've seen footprints in the snow before.
Okay, so
some
wouldn't
people
Elon
thought it
have,
was a
like, the
hunter, but I don't
capability
see a
of, like,
weapon on that.
Like,
Someone
Is it like
having
Elon has like
believe it's
a
Bigfoot.
he has all the
I
satellites.
believe
Can he see
someone is
everything?
making us.
I don't know, guys. That
into
looked
just-
pretty damn crazy.
That's
A
bananas.
couple was
That
on
is
that
pretty bananas.
sightseeing
I don't
train
know.
between Durango
Anyways.
and Silverton.
All right,
They
Craig
were trying
W.
to spot
question.
elk
Thank you for
when
the
they
heads up on the
saw
small
this
dish
creature
delivery
that they
question.
could
If you
only
were to
describe
order
as
Starlink, how
Bigfoot,
would you go
6-7
about
feet tall.
ordering
They
it?
say.
So I can actually get the smaller dish since the support is tough.
Yeah, so as of right now, you cannot order the latest and greatest dish because it's not out there. So as soon as it is out there, I think what's going to happen is they will start shipping them. And then most likely you'll be able to order it too. I just don't know the benefit of getting one if you already have like the larger dish already. Getting a smaller dish, I don't see it. I don't get it. So unless it's doing something different, there's probably going to be no reason to get it. But I'll let you know once I know. All right? Once I know, I'll let you know.
Look at
We're like baffled. It's
right.
freaking Bigfoot.
Yeah. Michelle 3. Hello from North Idaho. Your videos have helped me so much with Starlink.
Awesome.
Oh, that's
Thank
awesome.
you. That's good to know.
Nick. Oh, why did it just do that? See, it just scrolled all the way
Yeah,
down.
it does. It's just YouTube. Their chat is just complete
Okay,
crap.
hold
but
on.
whatever.
Nick. Nick Roberts, any news on the 3rd gen router being released? Had to replace my 1st gen with a 2nd gen dish, and the Wi-Fi on the 2nd gen router barely reaches 20 feet.
Yeah, so if you now have a generation 2, you can't go to a generation 3. But if you have a generation 1, you should be able to get a generation 3 when it's available in your area. So, I mean, I don't know. I think, honestly, I think the best bet is if you have a Gen 2, just stick with the Gen 2 for right now. If you need a longer cable, pick one up. They have the 75-foot and they also have the 50-foot cables. You can go cabled if you want. If you need the Wi-Fi to be extended further, I would say grab and you can even use my understanding is you can use one of the old routers as an AP. So once you have your router plugged in, take your old router, wipe it out, do a factory restart on it, right? Wipe it out completely. Start up your new router and then plug in the old router, and your first router, the router that is plugged in, will see that router and say, hey, that is another router. Do you want me to use it as an access point? And if you say yes, it will turn it into a mesh network. So that's pretty cool. And you can buy other routers, and as soon as you plug them in, it will immediately recognize them and once again make it basically a mesh network. So it's an easy way to expand your Wi-Fi.
Lynn
We're up
Brown.
to 2 hours. You need to get going.
That's you. Lynn Brown. I just noticed the feather tattoo. Beautiful. Is there a meaning behind it? Yes, there is. So I have some Taino DNA in me, and I always felt that I had some type of Indian in me. The feather is a macaw feather, which is supposedly, according to history, the feathers that were used in Puerto Rico, Indians to do their headdresses and whatnot. And parrots, birds in general in Puerto Rico really,
Almost
you know,
sacred.
loved and so
revered.
I don't know, just always wanted a feather tattoo. I have a fascination for feathers. And so I had, I kind of rough sketched it out, but Joe drew the feather for me. And then once I found an artist, he suggested that I do 3 notches openings in the feather to represent my kids. So and I want it to look realistic. So that's what it is. Funny enough, there's a lot of doves that fly around Jerusalem. And I was walking by myself one day and I picked up 2 white feathers that were just randomly in my path when I was walking there. So,
Want to hear something else that's really freaking stupid crazy? Listen to this, guys. She didn't say this, but as of today, she just got her tattoo license.
yeah.
I'm like, not kidding. Like, really.
Yeah. I've had a busy, emotional, crazy week.
Isn't that crazy? So, anyways, I told her I really want her to tattoo a very small...
Oh, God. Why do you always have to go there?
I didn't even say nothing yet.
You're like, make fun of me with the whole dongle thing. What are you going to say?
I want her to tattoo a very small Mickey Mouse on my left buttocks.
You see? That's great. It's real nice. I said I'm going to do both. Mickey and Minnie.
How stupid. I don't want Mickey and Minnie.
Well, you're the stupid one who's going to do that.
I don't want Disney shit anyways. How about that?
There, you're the one who said it, not me.
All right. You know what? Maybe you can do this guy.
I am not doing that on your butt. I refuse.
Yes, we digress. Get into these. See, you're falling behind.
I did. You're the one who went sideways.
And I'm sweating here.
That's your problem.
I'm
Fix
calling this
it.
guy. He supposedly fixed it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. John, thanks for the information. Thanks. You made it home safe. Thank you very much. Low Tech Greg, hugs to you, Fabiola. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hugs to you guys for always being here and listening to our craziness on Friday nights. William Vavrek, gotta get that 100K plaque. Yes. Share the love.
That'd be awesome. That'd be cool. I'll stick it back there. Maybe.
It says, Ricky, tap into the digital boards on the roads and put message to subscribe to JCristina. Then a ton of people will see it. That would be great.
Yeah.
Danny Devine, how's the apple Kool-Aid taste now? I recommend Screwball instead. I mean, this is true.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. John Asselton, Star Mount System does a 12V kit.
Oh, yeah. You can always get kits, absolutely. But I want to see Starlink actually do 12 DC right out the get-go. You missed, Real Nikon Lover says Pure VPN is working fantastic on my Spectrum internet. That's awesome. That's good to know. Pure VPN is pretty damn good.
William Vavrek, winter is coming. I should probably turn on my dishy warmer. Yeah. Oh my God, it would heat up here. It's so hot.
Yeah.
John, question. How are you doing with solar systems? You haven't really had a chance.
Yes, I did. I've been doing a little bit of research on it, but not as much because it's been so crazy with news. Talking about that heating up the dish, some people have been asking me that if they have heard that if they turn the heater on, no matter if it's cold or hot, that during a rainstorm, if the heater is on, since the unit is getting more amperage, that's how it heats. There's no real heater inside the dish. Since it's getting more amps, they're going to not get as much rain fade. Now, if anyone knows if that's true or not, you let me know. But according to someone inside to SpaceX, they said that is not the case. You will not get better or less rain fade if the heater is on. But they're not 100% sure about that. So if anyone else has tried that, let me know. So going forward, DM me or whatever. I would like to know because a lot of people have been asking me and I really don't have an answer. So anyways, moving on.
All right. So
any risk here? Dragon Egg says any risk in swapping back. Hold on, swapping back and forth from residential to Rome, other than paying the prorated $30. No, you can switch from residential to Rome back and forth as much as you want now. There's no problem doing so. Besides $30, yeah.
Question, how you doing with, oh no, we did that already. Real Nikon said your Pure VPN is working fantastic on my Spectrum internet. Triple T Tony, hello everyone. Hello, Fletch, I miss the old BBS days.
Hell yes.
Fox Carol, LOL, Rumble is now up to 102.
There it is. Excellent, thank you so much, appreciate that.
Oh, Peter, my birthday is coming up at the October 26th. Wow, like Oktoberfest, baby.
Yes.
Peter, happy early birthday.
Oktoberfest. My mother is from Essen, Germany, so a lot of Oktoberfesting over there for sure.
Oh my God, John, where do you get this random info? Mark from Lost in Space just died. That
Really?
sucks. Gary Hammond, there's a camper girl that has Bigfoot footage too.
Really?
Also, it says Yusvel Lormus, Lormius, care and share. That's a lovely pair. Share the live. I love it. Jeff Henderson, the Bigfoot thing was funny AF. Thinking TikTokers. Jeremy V, Bigfoot is blurry. That why is
Every damn thing they can make pictures that are crystal clear.
Why is Bigfoot videos always got to be far away and blurry? I don't understand. It's 2023. We have like amazing things.
Yeah, it's like stop with the damn blurry
It's
photo.
so annoying.
I don't want to see a blurry Martian. I want to see a crystal clear Martian.
A blurry Martian.
I don't want to see a blurry ghost. I want to see a crystal damn clear ghost.
Yeah.
I don't want to see blurry shit. It's just stupid. It's just like stupid. So, but I mean, I get it too. When when you get these phones, and you're zoomed in all the way, you're getting.
Peter said
the
it's a
pixels
man in a
suck.
ghillie suit.
It looks like a man in a
Could
ghillie
be.
suit.
A big old man, though.
Big old. I don't know.
Oh my God.
But it's funny when he sat down, you didn't see the guy at all.
popped-
He like disappeared.
He popped a squat. He looked like all the little trees around him.
Looked like a stump. You didn't even know this is gone.
Triple Tony, can I still use my Starlink access point V2 after I bypass the Starlink router with TP-Link Omada Wi-Fi?
You can. Yeah, you can use it. Don't bypass. I always say don't bypass unless you need to. If you end up with double natting, then bypass. If you end up with problems, bypass. But if you don't, all right, it depends on your router and how they're set up. If you don't end up with problems, just don't bypass. And then you can use it just like you normally would, Get into 192.168.1.1, jump in that way. If you need to go into the actual modem itself, you can go 192.168.100.1 and get into it. So don't bypass unless you absolutely have to.
All right.
Next.
Danny Devine questions, so are real 5G phones in Europe the same hardware as our BS 5G phones in the States?
I think they are. I just think that our BS 5G in the States is BS.
Everything in the States is BS.
Yeah. It's all propaganda. It literally is. They swear on how great the internet is in the US. And it's such bullshit. They're like, it's up to here bullshit.
You're gonna get demonetized.
Because I don't even care. Because we're at the end. We're at the end here, anyways. It's such bullshit because I have relatives that are in Europe. I have a cousin that is in Sicily on the top of a freaking mountain that gets gigabit connection at 5G, right? And I can't get shit here. Okay, LTE, it's like, it's like barely coming through. And then you get 5G and they call it 5GE. And then you look at it, you're like, it's 150 meg. They're literally getting gigabit. A lot of the people are getting anywhere from 400 to 500 megabit down without any problem. And some of these are bi-directional, right? They're symmetrical. They're not asymmetrical, meaning that they're both the same. So like 300 up, 300 down, 1,000 up, 1,000 down. I mean, it's just crazy. It's almost like fiber. That's true 5G. And now we're going to be moving into 6G. And then once Europe has 6G, the U.S. is going to be like, we got 6G here. And be like, bitch, you don't even have 5G. What the hell are you talking about? 6G. Come on. Yeah, it's horrible. Anyways, yeah.
All right, Jeremy V. What if I tell Elon that Bigfoot broke into my house and threw my Gen 2 router at my wall, shattering it into pieces? Will that help me get a 3 series asking for a friend? Probably not.
No, I think he'll do it.
You think so?
Yeah, he'll send you one.
Oh, that's good. John, a tech guy just told AI to make a robot that walks on land, and it took AI 27 seconds to design it, and it didn't look like nothing that we ever thought of, and it worked.
It's possible.
I mean,
we're seeing a
nowadays,
lot of AI
it's a
video
problem.
footage that, it's just unbelievable. I mean, deep fakes are a thing. Things are starting to get really crazy, and the idea, I posed this way back in the photography side of stuff. I said, we need to get to a point where the different manufacturers are putting into the raw footage authentication And if not, we're not going to know what's real and what's Memorex anymore.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. There's some companies now that are actually hard writing into it information that can't be removed, that's baked in, that shows if an image has been manipulated. And I've called for this way back, like literally 10, 12 years ago, and it's finally here now, 2023. So they're getting there, but I feel like AI and everything else is advancing so much faster than they are, let's say, securing it at the same time. There's a lot of problems, okay, with that, but that's for a whole nother video.
All right, Fletch, I want one. Jeremy, Starlink logo tattoo.
Yes.
William, hashtag tattoo.
I don't like it that much.
Demonetized. Jeff, Joe, do you ever use your tea to make iced tea with?
Yes, absolutely. Matter of fact, if you use Misty...
With honey.
With honey, with real raw honey, good honey. If you mix Misty Morning and Focus and you combine the two, you get like the bergamot and you get the peppermint and you get like a mix of it. Combine those two and add some real honey. Awesome. Refreshing, really good, really good.
Lynn said, well, real Nikon said, tattoo a dongle on my dongle.
I am not tattooing a dongle on my dongle.
Lynn said, I think you should get a tattoo of a dongle. Shem, thank you too. I learned a few things.
This is what I'll do. I'll tattoo that.
That's great. That's not it.
It's not it?
No. Shem, thank you too. I learned a few things I was wondering about. You're
awesome.
Very welcome.
Appreciate
Glad that
that
you were here. Thank you for the super chat again.
Thank you.
Brian, is there a benefit to hibernating the dish overnight while I sleep?
Nah.
No?
Leave it alone.
Okay.
If it's working, don't screw
it.
with it. Leave it alone. Trust me.
83 Jeep, rain fade is related to RF frequency, not equipment related.
Yeah, it's, you're basically taking a frequency and you're bouncing it through, you're magnifying it and reflecting and refracting it with all those little drops, and it turns into an issue and it's a mess, but yeah.
Eric, howdy from Felton, PA. Hi, Eric.
Eric.
Twisted, so stoked for phone coverage, and SAT is finally available where I am. Discovered you today. Good content.
Awesome. Thank you for being here.
Yes.
Really appreciate that.
Dominic, tattoo suggestion. Property of Fabs. LOL. Peter, thanks you two 40-year-olds.
Yes.
Triple T, because they're fake. Referring to, I forgot. Oh, maybe the, I forgot.
What are we talking about? Are we
know.
talking about the...
I don't know. I've read so much.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow, Peter, you're going to be 40? Really?
He's so old.
Yeah, he's...
Flying Pretzel with
ancient.
that super chat. Thank you so much. Need a falcon tattoo.
Where
across
is
your
that?
forehead. I need a falcon tattoo across my forehead. Can you imagine? Just some... Maybe I'll put like a...
Joey, you've been
bird
saying
here.
you're going to get a tattoo for years.
It's true. It's true. Being an artist, I'm like anal retentive.
I'm an artist too.
So what ends
have
up
one.
happening is like I will be happy with nothing.
All right. Let's see.
I have a
Oh,
problem.
wait. You made me miss some of this stuff.
Get it together.
No, it's you.
You are just like, you're taking
No.
forever tonight.
Flying Pretzel, you are taking forever. Fun night. Frank, hello from Bourbon, MO.
How you doing?
Ricky, is it really blurry or y'all have too much JD and Coke?
It shouldn't be blurry. I don't know. You never know.
Flying Pretzel, I turned it off on our phone, staying on for... I don't know. Eric, LOL, the only thing I have been get somewhat reliable is the Starlink. Ricky, I thought BS was short for Britney Spears.
It could be.
Oh, that's funny. Triple T, I was referring to bypass the Starlink router to extend Wi-Fi outside multiple buildings. I have TP-Link inside and outdoor APs. How do I use the Starlink accent point with a TP-Link?
You can't. Technically. The only thing you can do is do like repeaters. You don't want to do that. So the best thing to do, all right, the best thing to do is take your signal from your Starlink router, pipe it into your TP-Link, and then go TP-Link for access points and everything else, right? And keep within one platform as your mesh. The reason being is one of the major problems with using the Wi-Fi router method of making a mesh network with Starlink, and you're trying to go to a different building, for example, and you want to, let's say, get to the other building using an outdoor unit. You can't, obviously, because there isn't an outdoor unit for the mesh network that you would build out through Starlink, because they don't have an outdoor version. That's number one. Number two, if you ran let's say you would say, okay, I have a router inside and I want to run a wire underground to the other building to another Starlink router. The problem is it doesn't work. The reason being is Starlink routers do not allow for backhauling. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It does not allow for it, but other routers do. So, bottom line, stick with TP-Link or whoever else you have and build out from there, and just use your router from SpaceX Starlink as your main hub. Use your dongle to get that connection over to the TP-Link router that you're going to use as your new main hub, and call it a day, and then just build off that.
All right,
In
we're
short.
like at the end of the rainbow
Good.
here. Stephanie, is your Rumble under the same name here? Yes, it's the same.
Yes, it should be JCristina.
Yeah.
I think JCristina. I don't think it's JCristina. I think it's JCristina.
Eric, I got one of those dongles. Jeff, thank you for the tea info. We will order some of your tea soon for ice and hot, as it's finally starting to cool down here in California. That's wonderful. My wife said thank you for entertaining evening. You're welcome, Flying Pretzel.
There it is.
Tell your wife I will call her tomorrow.
There you go. So here we are. This is the Rumble page, guys. That is the Rumble page. And yes, there's a massive following.
You need to get rid of that. It looks weird.
Okay, I'll get rid of that. So there is a massive follower count on Rumble of 104 followers now. Thank you very much.
We got some.
But like I said, I've been on there for about a year. It's just the problem with Rumble is they just don't have enough people there. But as you can see, look, my videos they're usually about one video back. So there's hundreds if you look here.
Peter, it's
on Rumble.
Joe. Peter, it's Joe. It's his fault.
What now? What happened?
He said, "Let's go." It's 2.5 hours.
Yes.
He wants
Peter,
to go to sleep.
Peter, you need to go to sleep.
Go to
bud.
bed. And he's gonna be 40. You're young. It's great.
But he's exhausted.
Because you talk forever.
Because you take forever to read these damn things.
No.
And I'm sweating.
Look at you.
I'm calling this freaking guy tomorrow. I'm like, why is it so freaking hot in here?
Jeff said his tattoos are scars. Oh no.
Yeah, I have scars
Okay,
myself.
let me finish these up.
Okay, finish them and then we're out.
Yeah. Let's see. Damn dongles, Eric said.
Damn the dongles.
Robert Thorhog, keep up the good work. I have shared links to your videos on different
appreciate
Starlink
that.
groups I am a
Thank
member
you so
of.
much. Thank you. That's very helpful. What you just said, Robert, is very helpful. If you're on any other networks, any Reddits, or if you're on any Facebook pages that have to do with Starlink, there's literally 200 plus Starlink specific out of the 1,000 I have. 200 plus Starlink specific videos on the channel now. Definitely share it, because that'll help a lot getting new blood on the channel. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that,
Last
Robert.
question here, Triple T. So the Starlink access point is just a paperweight now, correct?
Pretty much. I mean, it'll still work internally to wherever you are, but I mean, if you really need to build that out properly, go with the TP or go with anyone else and build it from there. Honestly, that's going to be your best bet.
Yeah, and Shem said I have two routers, one under a carport roof and the other in the window to link from like over 150 feet.
It'll work, but you're just not going to get obviously max speeds out of it. But still, you can do that. You can definitely do that.
And your teas come in loose bag.
Yeah, the tea is all loose tea. Comes in a bag, and the tea that is all, put together by me by hand. It is actually all organic, non-radiated, non-GMO, just on and on and on. And every single ingredient that's in there. Sometimes you won't be able to get them for weeks on end because there's ingredients that I can't get, and I'm not going to sacrifice the quality of the tea to get some other shitty ingredient. I'm not going to do it. So I have to wait to the people that I get the ingredients from to be able to get it. Like, it doesn't matter what ingredient it is. It could be just simply spearmint or peppermint or whatever it is, or maybe it's lapsang or some other type of whatever. It has to be organic, non-radiated, non-GMO, just like as pure as possible. And if I can't get it, then those teas just don't go out. And I apologize. And I've never had anyone cancel. And even though sometimes it'll take a week or two because I'm waiting, but for the most part, like right now, we're fully stocked. So we're ready to go. If you want to buy a tea, go over to JCristina.com/shop or just JCristina.com. Go there and go and take a look at them. Go and grab a tea or two. A lot of people, if you love smokiness, check out Fireside. It's literally like you're cozy up next to a fire. The taste of it is amazing. It literally tastes like smoky. If you love smokiness, it is really, really good. And it's just one of those things that just I get a lot of good feedback on. Also, Misty Morning, really good focus. There's people that were buying a lot of my Dreamscape, which is like a sleepy time tea, but a specific blend that really works well because they're having problems sleeping. Also, Stormy Weather I put together during the V for Victory that was going on, and a lot of people were writing in that it was really helping clearing them up. So, obviously, I can't say that this is like FDA approved and, I'm not a doctor and all the rest of the shit that goes into it. But all of the ingredients that go in there are specifically put in there for a reason. Sleepy Time, they're all there to promote sleep. Stormy Weather is to promote clearing congestion out if you have a cold or flu or something like that. Misty Morning and Focus are great for morning time. They have a little higher caffeine level. Fireside is just awesome, has that smoky flavor. So there's other ones that I have in the works, but still working on them. I'll let you know when they come out. But
all right,
anyways,
everybody, don't forget to share once again, thumbs up, and have a great week. Many blessings to everybody.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great to see everybody. And hold each other a little longer, a little tighter. And, enjoy the rest of the week. And hopefully we'll see you next Friday night.
Yeah. Happy Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Awesome.
Don't forget that lunar eclipse.
That's right. Lunar eclipse tomorrow. If you're in the area, especially like in Texas or whatnot, that'll be awesome to see. Thank you
Peter.
for all the super chats. Thank you for Peter. Now you can go finally back to bed. Really do appreciate you. Appreciate everyone. Thank you for all of your support. Many blessings as always. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Have a good night and good weekend.